us out, we'll show the unbelievers. Napalm screams or human flames for a primetime bells and feast, yeah. As the reasons for the carnage, cut their meat and lick the gravy. We oil the jaws of the war machine and feed it with our babies. The killer's breed or the demon seed, the glamour, the fortune, the pain. Go to war again, blood is freedom stained. Don't you pray for my soul anymore. 2 minutes to midnight, the hands that threaten doom. 2 minutes to midnight, to kill the unborn in the womb. Oh. The body bags and little rags, oh children torn in two, and the jellied brains of those who remain to put the finger right on you. As the madmen play on words and make us all dance to their song, to the tune of starving millions to make a better kind of gun. The killer's breed or the demon seed, the glamour, the fortune, the pain. Go to war again, blood is freedom stained. Don't you pray for my soul anymore. 2 minutes to midnight, the hands that threaten doom. 2 minutes to midnight, to kill the unborn in the womb. Oh, midnight, oh, midnight, oh, midnight, it's all night. Midnight, oh, midnight, oh, midnight, it's all night. Midnight.
Hey now, what's up everybody? Saturday style, Saturday night. It's all right for fighting and lore stream time once again. And this should be a good one. This is one of those ones where not really quite sure what I'm getting into, and then I start doing the research and finding, oh, way more than I expected. Those are often the best. And how do I know that? Well, I was imagining for this to be a coverage of the entire Dark Souls saga that, DSP has been through. Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, Redemption Run, mods, all that shit. But tonight, only thing we're going to go over tonight is Dark Souls 1. This saga goes over a year, and I promise you, the least thing we are going to watch today is gameplay. Because there's so much other stupid shit that happened around this, so much cope and crying, that you're going to be shocked at this. Okay, I promise you. We're going to go to New York in this saga tonight. We're going to go to week in preview, unboxings. We're going to go to The Hateful Truth. It's all over the place today, okay? And then this is going to be a continuing series, okay? So I'm not saying we're going to do it every week, but we're going to start with Dark Souls 1, and then we're going to go on to see how long the next ones take. Because I don't think the next ones will take as much as this one, but this one definitely needs a whole show. So here we go. So we start our night with November 22nd, 2009 is the first ever mention of Dark Souls on DSP Gaming's channel. This is how, as he sits surrounded by his Blu-rays, this is how he talks about Dark Souls for the first time ever. 2009, still working at Sikorsky Aircraft during this time, not making any money on DSP on YouTube yet. Okay, here we go.
Going on. It's going to be kind of a more relaxed atmosphere for the next couple of weeks. All the major releases are done for the year. I really have to sit back and take some time to think about what I want to be my top 10 best games of the year and what deserves Game of the Year this year, in my opinion. The thing that kind of bums me, and a lot of people are probably going to bring this up, is that I can't play every game. It's just not possible. I'm one human. I don't have a Wii, so I couldn't play the new Super Mario Brothers, which I heard is extremely good. I, didn't get to play Dragon Age Origins, or what was that other one? Dark Souls. I can't even remember that. There's so many games this year, but people were telling me, constantly, are you playing this one? Are you playing that one? I tried to play as many of the mainstream ones that I could, but there were some that I didn't get to. So if there is a game that I've heard is pretty good, it's not going to make my top 10, obviously, because my top 10 is only going to include games I've played this year.
Yeah,
it doesn't necessarily mean that it's not going to get to play Dragon Age Origins, or what was that other one? Dark Souls. I can't even remember.
There it is. He's not sure what it is, but there it is. That was the first mention late in 2009. I didn't bring up Demon Souls because that seems to be not so much. I mean, if you want to see a little bit of it, Demon Souls was earlier this very same year, and it didn't have any controversy. I kind of wanted to keep it more focused than that. But here you go. Here's a little touch. Here's a little touch of Demon Souls for you.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Demon Souls playthrough.
Yeah.
Now this is a playthrough that, first of all, I never planned on doing. It's kind of just something that came about when earlier this year, as an April Fool's joke, I decided to start playing Dark Souls again on a live stream, now that I have direct capture and live streaming capability.
But excuse me, this is way later. So this is way later, but this is in 2013, okay? We're still way behind that. So I guess we could go over some Demon Souls, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there, okay? We're not going to go over that now. Here we go. This is the July Hardcore Gaming schedule update with the calendar, of course.
That'd be jam-packed. So on the October 4th, we've got, if you can believe it, a quad release.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Listen to this.
Releasing 4 turds from my ass on October 4th, but I'll also be picking up 4 games. It's the new Twisted Metal.
Oh, great joke.
Which I'm really looking forward to. A game which 5 billion people have asked me to play, Dark Souls, which is the sequel to,
Go ahead.
I don't even remember. Dead Souls? What the fuck was the name of the first?
Yeah, Dead Souls. Nailed it.
First one. I don't give a fuck. But anyway, it's supposed to be insanely hard.
Dead Souls.
I'm going to check it out. The Darkness 2.
Dead Souls.
And also Ghost Recon Future Soldier. I will be trying to play all 4 of those games during the week. I doubt I'm going to beat all 4 of those games, but we'll see what happens, especially with Dark Souls, which is supposed to take so much fucking time.
So he's already, what you notice is he's already kind of feeling negative towards Dark Souls at this point. It's going to take so much fucking time.
Next week, Dead Rising 2, off the record. That's right. It is Dead.
Okay, so then the whole rest of the schedule, we're not going to go through that. These goes for a long time. This is a 15-minute video. 56,000 views he used to get on these schedule updates. Can you imagine just staring at the camera? Next up, we have a release day unboxing. Not Dark Souls yet, but we're getting there.
Oh, God. on Saturday when John Rambo comes over for our weekly co-op. That might be what we're doing. All right, so that's it for release day unboxing. A short one this week. 3 pretty straightforward games. No, added extras or whatever. Next week, I think maybe a little bit bigger because I think we've got a couple things like including, I think Rage, Dark Souls, Spider-Man: Edge of Time, NBA 2K12, and there might even be another one that all come out next week. I'm not positive on that, but might have a little bit of a bigger unboxing video next week. But for this week, short, sweet, to the point. So I hope you guys
hope you enjoy the unboxing. That was it. Okay, another mention of Dark Souls. Now, finally, we get to the week in preview. Guys, it's incredible how much useless things he released. Like, there's so much shit. Like, what? Now, you saw the unboxing videos. Now we get the week in preview videos. So, we're talking about it even more. Let's go.
The week is what I'm going to play on Sunday.
Okay.
And I apologize because I even forgot there's another retail game that comes out this week, Dark Souls. I'm sorry that I forgot to mention it when I was mentioning the games that come out this week. It completely, the reason I didn't talk about it yet is because what I wanted to say was I'm probably not going to get to Dark Souls till next week, being completely honest with everyone. With all the stuff coming out
next
week,
week,
I know the game is going to be insanely difficult from all reports. It's one of the hardest games, out there. It's a spiritual successor to Demon's Souls, not a direct sequel, but it's supposed to be like the kind of spin-off game. It's supposed to be super fucking hard.
That's he means Dead Souls.
So I know it's going to take me 100 years
what was
to play
that?
the kind of spin-off game. And it's supposed to be super fucking hard. So
That's a good one. That's speaking of Dead Souls. The Pasta Maker says, "Hello, LT. Thanks for a fun stream. Big ups to you, the Pasta Maker. Thanks for joining tonight." Candy Moon, I know that's Candy Moon, says, "Passed my exam and now a personal trainer. Want to thank you, Meerkat and Tevin, for being great background noise while studying. Big ups to you. Hope we can do great things as a personal trainer. That is very hype. Congratulations on that let's say a life mind. What should I say? I'm trying to say a landmark moment in your life. That's pretty hype. Okay, big ups, Candy. And Candies are gifted subs on Kick. Thank you.
So I know it's going to take me 100 years to beat it. I don't want to start that game and then delay playthroughs like Rage, like Spider-Man when I...
Milestone is the word I was looking for. Thank you, Wesley. I thought of that a while ago. Anyways, as the point of this is, he's already feeling negative towards Dark Souls before he even touched the game. He's just very scared of it, is what I picked up on.
It was done first. So Dark Souls, I will be playing it, but probably it's going to be delayed until next week. Now next week, and we'll talk about this in next week's Week in Preview, there's Dead Rising 2 Off the Record and a Dragon Age 2 DLC. Dead Rising 2 Off the Record, John and I are going to do another co-op playthrough of, just like we did with regular Dead Rising 2. So he'll be here that Tuesday to play that game. But other than that, there's really nothing going on that week. So I'll have 3 to 4 open days where I can really dig into Dark Souls.
There we go.
See how far I can get in it. So
sounds good, dude.
that's pretty much the tentative plan for this very busy week coming up. Now I know there's a lot of things that are up in the air. When will I be doing the Portal DLC? Will I be...
Okay, no one cares. This comment I want to read to you. Been a while since they watched a full playthrough, but a DSP Dark Souls playthrough will be too hilarious to pass up. 14 years ago, okay, guys? Remember, 14 years ago. These comments were made when this video came out, okay? They said things such as, Dark Souls playthrough summary. I'm pushing buttons. There's nothing I could do. Burp. Fuck this bullshit. This is before he's played a second of Dark Souls. He has not played a second of Dark Souls yet. Phil is going to throw his controller when he plays Dark Souls. Dark Souls is going to be one of his best playthroughs ever. Phil, remember, take your time with Dark Souls. Don't rush it. Take your time. Learn how every enemy moves and attacks. It's a very strict game. It won't hold your hand. Hell, the first level, which will be hard as hell, will be the closest thing of holding your hand in that game. Definitely looking forward to DSP playing Dark Souls. I love Demon's Souls, so watching him play this new one will be great. As difficult as these games are, they are very fair. Only a few instances have I felt I died cheaply in Demon's Souls, and I've spent an entire week playing that game getting ready for Dark Souls. Best advice I can give to someone who's never played 2K? Be ready to use both. Oh, that's a different game. Okay. Anyways, even his own fans know what's about to happen when he decides to get into Dark Souls, all right? As you can see. Big ups, Jambalaya. Come on, let's go. Starting us off right. Hell yeah. Come on. Let's fucking go. Oh! That's a good point. DSP knows what's coming too. Yeah, he knows what's about to happen as well. I think that's right. Finally, we get to the actual unboxing of the actual Dark Souls. Let's go.
Alright, I'm calming down now. Anyway.
Wait, why are you getting pissed? Hold on. What does he have to call?
Stupid fucking.
Hold on, what are we pissed about here?
Has an ad for Major League Baseball 2K12.
Yeah, why not?
And all it really is your control scheme, because what the hell else would you have in a basketball game? But it is to be said, this game has a fucking instruction booklet. Unlike EA Sports fucking games, okay?
Oh,
Stupid
yeah.
fucking EA Sports. We don't need instructions. Fuck you, EA. You and your green bullshit. I can actually
You and your green bullshit.
figure out how to play the fucking game before I boot it. Thank you, 2K Games.
Why doesn't that happen then when you actually play the game, right? You should be an expert of the game then each time because you read the instruction manual, right?
All right, I'm calming down now. Anyway.
Okay. That's why it takes him a million parts to get to the part where he's like, okay, let me see. Press right. Oh shoot, can't do that. Left. How do I use rations?
Last but not least, the game that everyone wanted me to fucking buy.
As you can hear, he's very salty about even buying this game. Did you hear that?
Last but not least, the game that everyone wanted me to fucking buy, and I'm probably going to be crying over it. Dark Souls. This is the Steelbook Case edition. For if you pre-ordered it, you get this edition, okay? Let's take a look at the back.
Why are you so pissed? It's like amazing. He is so pissed about this game. He hasn't played one single second.
It says, from the makers of Demon Souls, prepare to die. So right off the bat, they know that you're going to die 5 billion times. I think they should actually change that to prepare to cry. Because I think the common gamer knows this game is so fucking hard, they're going to be crying their eyes out when they die to cheap deaths. But anyway.
See? And he's already getting you ready mentally for his it's just cheap deaths. You know, like all I get is going to be cheap deaths. When I die, it's going to be cheap deaths.
Some cool things about this game.
Ooh,
it has DTS surround, which is nice.
Whoa!
But it does have networking features. For people that don't know, supposedly this game has an online mode where people can actually join your game and you can play multiplayer.
Well, that's
but there's
fun.
no voice chat. There's no communication whatsoever, and you can't invite friends. And they did it on purpose to make the game harder. So if you end up teaming up with idiots who don't know how to play the game, you will get fucked. And yeah.
Get ready to get fucked.
That's pretty hardcore, man. We're going to play it in online mode, but we're going to purposely leave out common features to make the game harder. These guys are sadistic, okay?
Okay.
So anyway, get that off there. There's your beautiful steel case, Dark Souls. Let's open this bad boy.
Let's open that bad boy. Come on.
Okay. So you got your game disc, Dark Souls. Let's take a look.
Take a look.
Dark Souls. Your instruction booklet. 2 different languages, so even though it looks like it's thick, it's really not. It's really only 4 pages explaining the controls and the online play, and that's it.
So you should be an expert since this does have an instruction manual. Sweet.
So there's your game. Okay, what else do you get? Well, you've got a card here. Okay, and there's a code on the back I'm not going to show you. But what I will do is read it, and it says...
I'm not sure if Dark Souls was given away. I mean, the case, of course. It sounds, in my memory, it sounds like it was, but I can't promise it. I can't remember.
Bonus downloadable content, original soundtrack, behind-the-scenes videos, and a mini strategy guide.
Ooh.
Enter your code to redeem your exclusive content, and then they give you the website where you got to go to enter it, and it is case-specific. So you get a special code with extras for pre-ordering the game, and then you get an art book. Art book. Dark Souls art book. And guess what's inside? It's fucking art. Holy shit. Art. I love art. What the hell? This guy is a living piece of wood. Look at that. So it looks pretty fucking... Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, Philip found who he likes. Who's this character? Anybody know? She looks a little thick.
Looks pretty creepy. Guy's a living piece of wood.
Hold on.
Look at that.
He's not married yet, by the way.
So it looks pretty fucking... Ooh.
I gotta get that on sound effects so I can push it when a girl comes on the stream. Ooh.
Look at that.
He gets stun cocked from her. That's really rare.
So it looks pretty fucking... Ooh.
Ooh. That's rare from him. He didn't seem homosexual in this moment.
So it looks pretty fucking... Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, God. Ooh. Ooh.
Looks pretty creepy. For the most part. And, alright.
Like, he's never reacted that fast to a female on screen before, in my memory, right?
So that's the Dark Souls.
Except for the time when he said this.
That's fucking dope.
That thing, remember that? Yeah, I'll clip this, don't worry, I definitely will.
Art book.
Ooh!
And that is the collector's edition of Dark Souls. And that is it for the retail releases this week. Quite a few. So as I said, but I'll reiterate for those who didn't watch the weekend preview.
Please.
Because people always ask me, am I going to play this certain game or what order am I going to play the games when I make a weekend preview video to explain that. Just that people don't listen and don't fucking watch. So
It's because those videos are 15 minutes long and boring. When you could just answer it in a comment.
you should, if you don't, watch the weekend preview videos.
Yep.
And if you miss them, they're always in my favorites. But anyway, I will be doing this. I'm going to start off with Rage.
Alright, here's the list.
Okay, today. Now here's the thing. Like I said, there are reports that there are graphical problems. Fuck it. There are reports that there are graphical problems. If there are graphical problems with Rage, then there's no reason for me to continue playing it until there's a patch to fix it. So I'm going to try to play Rage today. And if there's no graphical problems, I'm just going to play it till I beat it. If there are graphical problems, I will put it on hold and I will start Spider-Man Edge of Time. And 2 games to get through before I even get to those. And then Dark Souls, I know Dark Souls is going to take me a long time to beat. Simply because it's supposed to be so fucking hard, okay?
He's already pissed about it.
What I'm going to do is... I'm going to play it, but I can't guarantee you when. It could be on Friday if I beat the other games. It could be this weekend at some point. It could be Monday. It could be later than next week. Because next week there's only 2 releases. There's Dead Rising 2 Off the Record, which I'm going to do a full co-op playthrough with John. And he's going to actually come over on launch day to do that on Tuesday. So we're going to be...
You get it. He's not really sure when he's going to get to it, but it's on his list, okay? Big ups, Doom Messiah. Let's go. Can we get 2 in a row? Come on. Old Reliable coming back at us. Okay. Next mention of Dark Souls happens during the Rage playthrough he was talking about.
I might have to break it. Let's see.
This game's pretty good. I'm gonna pick it up right after I take you home. Are you serious? Yes. I'm on the Best Buy. I want Dark Souls.
I can't hurt this thing.
Buy me fucking Dark Souls, Howard.
What the hell?
They got.
So did you hear that? So it was actually Howard, John Rambo saying he won Dark Souls and asking Howard to buy it for him. Then the video cut. I'll go to the next part just to see if that kept going. I don't know if it did or not.
Hold on, maybe Electro Bolt will stop it.
Yeah, guys, John's over here complaining about shit and crying poverty when you're the one with the most money. Why don't you buy me a fucking Dark Souls? Do I look like your parents, for Christ's sake? Yeah.
I don't know what the...
These guys are all 30. I mean, these guys are all pushing 30 at this point. I don't know why this is still talking like that.
Fuck to do to get past this fucking thing?
DSP is just ignoring them, by the way.
And you just just run past it. Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave it.
Okay. Anyways, that was the rest. That was that. Finally, this is a very important channel update. Okay, this is an important one, and he mentions Dark Souls here.
So, okay, so that's it for this channel update. I know it was a very
How much shit are we going through tonight? This is another channel update. This is not a week in preview. This is not a unboxing. It's not a Hateful Truth. This is just a channel update.
variety of topics
Okay.
that I covered there. Just to let everyone else know, yes, I am still playing Dark Souls. As I said in my weekend preview, I will be playing this after I beat Spider-Man.
More games go ahead of Dark Souls, if you didn't notice.
Saturday when I played.
Oh, those are the lights lit up of this figure that he would later say the lights were always broken. However, as you can see, they are lit up beautifully here.
NBA 2K12 with John Rambo co-op. We may actually also do the Portal DLC. We're not sure how long it is, but if the Portal 2 DLC is short, maybe we'll do that in a couple hours, and then we'll play some NBA 2K. We haven't figured that out yet. But probably Sunday at the earliest, but I'm probably going to say Monday, I'll probably start playing Dark Souls. And by all accounts, it's gruelingly fucking hard, and you really need to know what you're doing, so I'm probably going to end up going out and getting the strategy guide for it, because I didn't get it when I bought the game, and now everyone's reporting to me, Phil, this game's hard as balls, you know. One kid told me he spent like 20 tries to beat one stage, and it was like early in the game, and so
20 tries? You hope it's 20 tries.
for me, it's going to be like, oh, do I really want to just fucking do this 100 different scenarios until I figure out the right way to beat this one part of the game? Or do I just want to get a strategy guide that'll help me and let me know what to do properly so I can beat it in a normal amount of time? I don't know. But anyway, I will be starting that probably Monday.
Remember, there was a chance of him playing it on Friday, then he said Saturday, then he said Sunday. Now it's maybe on Monday I'll get to it, guys.
Not sooner, but it's definitely coming. Keep in mind next week, Dead Rising 2 off the record. I'm going to do full co-op of that with Rambo. And there's also going to be a Dragon Age 2 DLC. So there will be other things next week, but Dark Souls is going to definitely get several days dedicated just to Dark Souls, okay?
All right.
Okay, so that's it for the channel update.
You got the channel update. We are so far away from him playing this game, you don't believe it. The week in preview. There's so much shit talked about before we get to any gameplay of Dark Souls. It's very weird. All right, here we go. We're not on Dark Souls yet. It's the week in preview.
Let's talk about what's coming up this week, because to be honest, I'm a little frustrated. You know, I do these weekend preview videos, and I do channel update videos, because I want to keep people in the know of what's going on with my channel, my scheduling, when I'm playing what games, etc. It's the reason I do these. Without this, you have no idea what I'm coming out with every day, okay? And
we could just do whatever game you want and check the inboxes that you spam, you know, but okay.
This week, as I played all the games that I played, whether it was Rage, Spider-Man, the Battlefield 3 beta, the co-op gameplay I did with John Rambo, I got a ridiculous amount of comments on my videos. Phil, why aren't you playing Dark Souls yet?
Now this is where it becomes a little bit of controversy, actually, okay? What I thought it was worth a video. So, as you're going to hear him explain, Dark Souls was very hype, and this was on the internet. It kind of, it became the game of the month kind of flavor. You know what I'm saying? The flavor of the month. Everyone's talking about Dark Souls, and Philip said he was going to play it, and then he kept pushing it back, okay? And then all his comments start getting filled with Dark Souls comments asking, when are you going to play this? As you might expect, because DSP said he was going to play it, and then he keeps pushing it back. So his comments are filled with people saying, when are you going to play Dark Souls, dude? And this is how DSP handles it.
Phil, why are you avoiding Dark Souls? Phil, I want to see Dark Souls, Dark fucking Souls, and it's pissing me off because I said in last week's weekend preview video and in a channel update that I came up with in the middle of the week that I would be playing Dark Souls, but I wasn't going to be playing it until this week because I knew I had all those other games to get through, okay? I knew from all accounts that Dark Souls is a very long, very challenging game, and I didn't want to have 5 games sitting around pending, me never starting them while I played this game. I explained all of this a week ago, but apparently people aren't watching the weekend preview to know what games I'm playing and when.
So if you watch the weekend preview, you can't have the opinion that, holy shit, why have you not started Dark Souls, the hottest game on the internet right now? Like, I don't know why he does this. Like, fans are telling you what they want, but he just would rather, like just be contrarian on this. I guess because he's scared as fuck, too, honestly. Because he's scared as fuck of the game. But, like, this would lead to way more views, you know? Just start it.
So, please do me a favor. For those of you that do watch this, because I know me even talking about this isn't helping, because obviously if they don't watch, they're not going to watch this video, and so they're never going to know what's going on, and they're going to continue to leave annoying comments about games that they want to see me play, or asking me why I'm not playing it yet. When you see idiots spamming my videos with Dark Souls, respond to them and say, "Dear moron, Phil explained what games he's playing in his weekend preview video. That's why
Mobilize the dance.
he makes it. Go watch it." Because it's so frustrating to see people all over. Even the channel comments on my channel. Dark Souls, Dark Souls. Cool, I understand. People are excited to watch me play this game for two reasons. Number one, because apparently it's a really good game. And number two, because it's so fucking hard. They know I'm probably going to die 5,000 times. And some people like to see me rage about it, okay?
This is insane, isn't it? This is fucking 2011. He's saying this. People want to see me rage. He's still trying to get away from things that make him rage to this very day. Because he knows people like watching him rage. And he used to be okay with it because it meant more views, but now he's not anymore, you know?
I understand that. And I never said I wasn't playing it. I fully explained when I was playing it and why I was going to do that. And it makes full logical sense. It's not like I'm not avoiding the game or anything like that. But I had other things to finish before I got to Dark Souls.
Yes.
And it's ridiculous that people just fucking Dark Souls, Dark Souls, Dark Souls, Dark Souls. I could have blocked all those people, but it was literally like hundreds of people doing it. I could have blocked them, and I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm really trying to get to more subscribers, but at the same time, for people like that who are going to act like assholes and not act like mature adults, then they don't deserve it. You know what I mean? I don't want them spamming my fucking comments.
They don't deserve what?
Imagine someone, I feel bad for people who are like newcomers to my channel. Really, think about it. Newcomer to my channel. Oh, here's a guy that does game playthroughs. Oh, cool, he's playing Portal 2. I wanted to see that DLC and see if it was any good. This video's pretty good. Let's look at the comments. Dark Souls, Dark Souls, Dark Souls, play Dark Souls, fuck Dark Souls.
Now I gotta find a Portal video to see if that really was happening. Portal... Dark Souls, Dark Souls, Dark Souls.
Your mom's Dark Souls, your dad's Dark Souls, fuck you, play Dark Souls. Like, what do you think they're going to think when they see that? Jesus Christ, I don't want to be here. It's a bunch of immature idiots acting like morons. I don't want to be here, and they're going to leave. So you're actually hurting me when you spam stupid shit in my comments about stuff I've already talked about. So please, if you're going to leave a comment, think about it before you do.
Think about it before you do. Think how it affects me. Okay, guys? Think about how it affects me, and think about if it's a good thing for me or not a good thing for me. Then write it.
Act mature, or I'm going to have to block you. It's just that simple. And I'm sorry about that. I know there's people that are just really excited to see me play Dark Souls. I understand that. But I already had a plan, I had a schedule, and you need to chill out. And you need to watch the weekend preview video that I'm making right now so you know what I'm playing and when I'm playing it, okay?
You need to watch the video I'm making right now. Okay, guys? You need to watch the video you are watching right now. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. That'll help everyone that's not watching.
Watch the weekend preview video that I'm making right now so you know what I'm playing and when I'm playing it, okay? So that out of the way, I'm going to start playing Dark Souls. Holy shit.
Oh.
Monday, I'm playing Dark Souls. It's the only game I'm playing on Monday, okay? So I'll be playing all day Monday. Now, just to warn everyone, because I know it's going to happen.
Oh, please, please, please.
Tuesday, I'm taking a break from it because John Rambo is coming over and we're going to do a full co-op playthrough of Dead Rising 2 off the record. We're really excited to play this game.
What?
And the reason is because Dead Rising 2 was actually the first game I had played after I had gotten laid off from my full-time job last year. And it was the
okay, excuse me. He was already laid off at this point, yeah.
first game that we really sat down and hardcore plugged through it and beat it in one day. And we want to do that again with Dead Rising 2 off the record. We had a lot of fun playing Dead Rising 2 last year, and we want to have just as much fun with this game. So we're going to do that. We're going to play that all day on Tuesday. So I'll warn you right now. Just
Yes.
say up front.
Please.
I'm playing Dark Souls on Monday.
Okay.
It's going on hold on Tuesday for us to play Dead Rising 2 off the record. If I see fucking idiots spamming the comments saying Dark Souls, you're all gonna get blocked.
No!
I'm not gonna put up with, I start the Dead Rising playthrough and 100 out of the 150 comments on the first video are Dark Souls. Where's Dark Souls? Why did you stop playing Dark Souls? So I'm laying down the law right now, putting my foot down. Don't do it. You will be blocked, okay? And I'm not
No, please. How could you?
blocking anyone. Like some of these people do this stupid shit. I block them, and then they actually go to another YouTube account and send me PMs. Phil, please. I didn't mean it. Please unblock me. No. Act mature up front. You have to be responsible for your actions and accept the consequences. If you do something fucking stupid, you're gonna get blocked. So please, on Tuesday, no comments about Dark Souls on the Dead Rising videos. Thank you.
So, I will show you something from the first video of off the record Dead Rising. So now it's gone, but one funny comment I found proving that people like to troll him even back then. Oh my God, no Dark Souls comments on top rated. That is because there were there, but they all got deleted, right? So there was top rated Dark Souls comments, I'm sure, but they got deleted. There's no other comments about Dark Souls here, but you could bet your ass they were there, but they did get blocked. He did promise he was going to block you. So he blocked them. And I'm going to do a quick search here. I don't think any other Dark Souls comment made it through. Let's see. Oh, here's one that came out a little bit later, I guess. Someone says they want you to play Dark Souls for your guide. Just play what you want to. Okay. Thank you. I did not know that, Jade. Thank you so much for that, buddy. Don't know what that means. Someone else, a dent on dent safety lesson. He said he was banning people if they posted Dark Souls comments. I'd watch out, dude. Oh no, he might block you, buddy. Careful. All right. Another thing here, last one I'll show from this. Someone said, oh my God, why do people keep asking for Dark Souls? Jeez, even I would take a goddamn break of that game. So you can see that shows you that everyone's talking about it on the internet. Everyone's asking about it. DSP does not want the comments in his chat. And some people, Dents will stick, make sure people follow the king's requests.
Okay, that being said, once
Shoutouts.
we're done with Dead Rising 2, I will resume gameplay of Dark Souls. And really, the majority of this week, I'm really going to focus on Dark Souls. So Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I will probably be primarily focusing on Dark Souls. Now, there is one other thing coming out this week. It's a Dragon Age 2 DLC with a brand new character and a couple of new side quests. And I do actually want to do it. I guess what we're going to see is how into Dark Souls I get. And it might be that I'm getting so fucked up by this game that I need a break at some point. You know what I mean? So maybe you'll see on Thursday, maybe I will take half the day to do the Dragon Age DLC and calm down a little bit, and then be
calm down a little bit.
refreshed and go back to Dark Souls. But we'll see what happens. I might get so into it, so fucking, so dedicated to the game that I want to beat it and beat the game and feel like I conquered it. That I may just keep playing it all week. I don't know. Another thing that I do want to mention, a lot of people have been mentioning that this game has, what the hell's going on with this case? It's kind of being weird on me. That this game has the requirement to level up and grind. Now, I didn't know that. I didn't know the game has grinding and that kind of stuff. So there may be the possibility that in between me playing, I may grind some off camera. Because really, a lot of people, who do you want to
off camera grinding?
See sit there killing the same monsters over and over or whatever just to get experience or whatever and better abilities? You probably don't want to see that, and I understand that. So that's why when I played this Gaia 4 and I grinded, I didn't show it.
Okay, big ups. Everyone's saying there is no grinding. Skill issue. Only have to grind if you are bad. So someone told him he had to grind, though.
And in this game, if I have to do that, I'm probably not going to show it. So there may be some off-camera footage there, okay? Also, big news on Saturday, John Rambo and I are going to the New York Comic Con.
All right, New York Comic Con with John. Future date planned. I think that is all from Dark Souls. He said that word about 30 times in that video, and I am not lying. Oh my God. Here's 5 more mentions in the last minute 30 of this video. Ready? 5 Dark Souls are coming before this video ends. You see where I am in this video? 5 more times he says Dark Souls. I don't know how.
All around a better experience for us. And I'm really looking forward to going. So that's coming. That's really cool. I'm excited. And then I'll probably be continuing Dark Souls until the next Tuesday when new games are coming out. Okay? So for all of you who've been foaming at the mouth, frothing at the bit, chomping at the fucking, I don't know.
He almost got it. You got... The brain was working there.
Until the next Tuesday when new games are coming out, okay? So, for all of you who've been foaming at the mouth...
Foaming at the mouth is correct, okay? Foaming at the mouth is correct.
Frothing at the bit.
Frothing at the bit is not correct.
Okay? So, for all of you who've been foaming at the mouth, frothing at the bit, chomping at the fucking, I don't know. People who wanted to see...
Chomping at the I don't know.
Dark Souls, it's coming. This is like almost fully Dark Souls week, except there's definitely going to be Dead Rising 2 off the record on Tuesday, and you may see a Dragon Age 2 DLC, but for the most part, the focus of this week will be Dark Souls. So everyone, please calm down, behave. I warned ya. So if people start doing this shit, don't be surprised if people start vanishing. You know what I mean? Because I'm not putting up with it. I have to keep control of my page. It's the way I make my living, and the fact that people are probably scaring people off, leaving annoying spam comments about certain games like Dark Souls, is pissing me off, and it's actually hurting me. So people might not realize it. You know, you may be thinking, oh, I'm just excited about the game, but you're actually hurting me in the long run. So please stop if you've been doing it. Okay?
That is not true. People commenting is always good.
All right, so that's it for the weekend preview. It's going to be an exciting week with Dark Souls, with Dead Rising 2, and with New York Comic Con I'm really excited about. So I can't wait. Good things are coming. And that's it. So thanks a lot, and I will see you guys for Dark Souls gameplay. And I'll see you then. Cool.
All right. So, can we finally play Dark Souls? Maybe. I Am the Law says, Lore Stream request, the top 10 longest responses to $1 super chats, combined with a comparison of how little of response his high dollar ones got. That's tough to research for, but I know what you're saying, because the big money ones just say, wow, you helped us hit our goal, and then he can say like a little typical speech about how successful he is. But when it does $1, those are more common, so he could use those for stalling, you know what I'm saying? That is a good idea, but I just don't know how that'd come together in some kind of narrative, you know what I mean? Compelling narrative of a stream, you know what I mean? Okay, so we will watch one video of Dark Souls, obviously. I thought we could fit one in here. This is just part 1, and this is back in the day, so it's only 13 minutes. This is part 1 of Dark Souls, the first time DSP has ever played Dark Souls. And the comment says, this is my playthrough of Dark Souls with live commentary. Note, in this particular video, I am not using any strategy guide or looking up any tips online. This is pure first attempt footage. Okay, guys? So keep that in mind. This is the first attempt footage. Here we go.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the beginning of my Dark Souls playthrough. A couple important things to know.
Pre-cope starts now.
As I start, I am going to... Right now, my PlayStation is connected to online, but...
It's connected to online.
I heard that there might be a lot of lag in certain parts, which is kind of unfortunate that it would create massive lag. And also... Right now, I'm recording for the first time, but obviously in future parts, I may be uploading some of this footage, and therefore it may create even added lag to be uploading and also connected to the internet at the same time. So I may or may not continue to play this game online. I know that it does add to the game in certain ways, and in other ways it kind of might be a detriment if people are...
There was the burp someone predicted earlier in that comment.
Being trolling and assholes and leaving bad messages and invading the world and such. They might be invading my world, so Yeah, so right now I'm going to start connected, and we're going to see, what happens. I may start uploading and then try to play online again, or play with the online connection, and if it lags like crazy, I'm probably going to fucking...
I don't know what we're seeing here. What is this?
Disconnect it from the internet. Nothing else I can do.
Is he swaying over there on the right? Like, what is he doing here? See? I think that's a sway, but is he just walking around?
Like crazy, I'm probably going to fucking disconnect it from the internet.
Like, is he just in his boxer shorts?
Nothing else I can do. But, alright, we got a super quick patch here. It's probably one of the most requested games I've ever played, simply because everyone knows this game is insanely hard. Like, it's made...
He's already a beaten man, and he hasn't played the game yet.
To be that way. And people want to see me try to conquer it.
He's already
Some people want to
pissed.
see if I can actually beat it. Some people just want to see me rage repeatedly as I die 7,000 times. Some people just like to see me be tortured. I guess they just really don't like me. And, if they could...
Look at his knees walking around with his little boxer shorts on.
If they could tie me to a chair and beat me repeatedly with giant ball bearings and smash it against my testicles, they probably would. So some people...
Damn, those huge ball bearings, they often use torture tool. Ball bearings.
People like that kind of stuff. I'm not particularly into it, but but anyway, oh yeah, Dark Souls. I'm about to play it.
Imagine you turn this on, like, oh, let me check out some Dark Souls footage. We're 2 minutes in, we haven't seen any Dark Souls footage. He was the best, though, at the playthrough, trust me.
Installing my trophies. It's actually taking longer to install the trophies than it did to upload or download the patch. What the hell? Fuck the trophies. Come on, man. Let me play the game. What the fuck? What's the point of a loading bar if the loading bar fills up multiple times?
Philip really cares about his loading bar.
He's doing it again. What's going on, man?
He's scammed. It's a scam.
Alright, anyway. Dark Souls.
This is not edited video. This is just raw DSP gaming footage right here. He's not editing this video. What are you, nuts?
If it ever loads, come on. This better not be an indication of fucking how long it takes to load. Shit, man. Alright. Bandai Namco. We're most famous for Tekken at this point, I think. The Tekken series.
Oh, definitely.
For quite a long time. And, then they fused with Bandai. And so I bet it's more Bandai than Namco in this case.
How the fuck would you know? They fused with Bandai. Bandai and Namco fused together.
And so I bet it's more Bandai than Namco in this case.
How the fuck would you know that? But anyways, go ahead.
In this case. Alright, Dark Souls. Press start button. New game.
It's more Bandai than Namco, obviously.
Yeah. Okay.
Here comes the menus.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever all this... What the hell? Create your character, okay?
We gotta see this.
Enter your character's name. Oh my god, what is this?
Is a way to put in your character's name? Is that a new thing for him? Is this Dumas? What's the name of this guy? I don't know.
Enter your character's name. Oh my god, what is this?
Character creator? Put your name in? What's hard about this?
How do you do an uppercase letter? Oh, here we go.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna do lowercase. Here we go.
How do you do uppercase? It's like his first time playing a video game. Hypnotoad asks, was this near I'm the one of the best gamer quotes? This was before that, actually. Because that was when Leanna was already revealed. And let me get my trusty timeline out here. I think it's around there, though. You're right about that. Well, as Doomer Zig, you'll know exactly when it is. Where's my timeline? Oh, come to me, timeline. Okay, let me see here. So we are. Panda was revealed. Yeah, Panda's not revealed yet. So that would be in September. Right now, we are in October of 2011. We are working towards our biggest month ever. Panda revealed was 2012. So, yeah, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. Oh, that's around SGC time. So, okay, so maybe the following year he would say that. So there we go.
Okay. Oh, shit. What did it just do? There we go. Dark side.
Yeah, we're 1 month before Skyrim, his biggest month ever.
What the fucking bullshit?
We'll get there. Dude, how drunk is he?
What's going on?
What are you doing?
Alright, I got it anyway.
We'll get there.
Thank you. Wow. Pretty bad when it takes that long to enter your fucking name.
Uh-huh.
My sex. What about Chaz Bono? There's no Chaz Bono sex selection. That's kind of anyway.
Chaz Bono joke. Velvet Raven says, the PS3 keyboard is doo-doo, but combine that with Phil's gin atrophies brain and we have high comedy. That's true. That's true. It wasn't the best. Chaz Bono is a name that I recognize, but I don't know why. Let me see Chaz Bono. Chaz Bono is Sonny Bono's son. Sonny Bono and Cher's son. So there we go. He became widely known as appearance of the child television show. So there we go. He was Sonny and Cher's son. And Bono came out as a lesbian. Interview National Gay. I'm reading the fucking Wikipedia, but there you go. In 1995, while then presenting as a woman and several years later out as a lesbian by tabloid press, Chaz publicly self-identified as lesbian in a cover story in a leading American gay monthly magazine. There you go. So that's Chaz Bono for you.
Fearless warrior, low-ranking knight, high HP solid armor, not easily toppled.
Oh!
Low-ranking knight, high HP solid armor, not easily toppled.
That was the background.
A wanderer has a scimitar. Thief has the master key. Savage bandit, high strength, wields heavy battle axe.
I kind of want to see his thought process here. Give me some time here. Or is he just
hunter? Okay, close.
Or is he just wasting time?
Strength, but weak in magic. Sorcerer.
Because remember, there's no hand holding here. There's no chat to look at. He really has to make a choice here.
A swamp pyromancer. Cleric. Ah! Unclothed enigma. Only armed with a cloak and an oak plank shield. What the fuck? He's fucking naked.
Okay.
Oh! Naked dude.
My guess right now is the warrior. I think he would choose he thinks is the default.
Does it really matter? I'm gonna get fucked up no matter what I pick. So does it really matter what I select right now? Let's be honest.
It does matter.
I'll pick a knight.
Okay, knight. There you go.
Gift. Now, just as a note, I've gotten lots of messages from people about this game, and some people have told me the best thing to pick is the master key because it opens all the locks, well, most of the basic locks.
Never mind, he already was handheld, so he probably heard that knight was best.
And basically, it allows you to get lots of items. So I'm going to go with the master key. Physique, average, slim. I guess it doesn't affect anything. Oh God.
That's correct.
Large head. Tiny head. Let's do slim.
That's what he thinks of himself, so. Let me do what I am, slim.
Some of these look fucking weird, man. Oh my God.
Oh, what? He said, "Oh my God," to the African American gentleman. Watch. See? Why does he do just because he's black? Watch this. See?
Something's just fucking weird, man. Oh my God.
Yeah, because he has black skin. It's weird.
God.
How does that human exist? Huh?
Dragon Scholar, hair. Receding hair. Dragon Scholar, hair.
Look at this. This is legitimately the closest to him, by the way. I mean, that looks almost like his hairline. Don't you? Wouldn't you agree? He zooms right on past.
Receding hair. Short hair. Swept back. Let's do the swept back look.
Definitely.
Black hair. I accept. Okay. I probably picked the worst loadout, I'm sure. I'm sure of it.
In the age of ancients, the world was unfolded.
All right, let's give him a chance for the cutscene. Ooh, good adjustment there on the fly, King.
A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons.
And an unforgiving learning curve. Oh shit, I got my fucking effects with my TV on, I just realized. Hold on.
Fire.
Ignore this. I'm not doing this right now.
Fire came disparity.
Great video, King.
Okay.
And cold. Life and death.
Nice menu. Turn off true motion.
Light.
Hilarious. Good stuff.
Of course. This game should just be honest.
From the dark.
What is how? What?
It
What is that?
It should be like, this game will kick your ass, so fuck you.
Souls of lords.
So funny. Just such a gamer here. This is a true gamer.
Within the flame.
Oh no! You're playing the wrong game!
Nito. The first of the day.
Nito?
The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of chaos.
Ah, her bordello of bullshit.
The Lord of
Oh my God.
and his faithful knights.
All right, I'm getting to like a little bit of gameplay here. Let's get him past here. You know, the cutscene goes. Let's go a little bit into part 2 just to see an enemy, okay? Then we'll move on, I promise.
Okay, so we're finally out of the cell, and I've won. The game's over. I actually just beat the game.
Hilarious.
All you do is get out of the cell.
Amazing.
Huh? Read the message. Right stick camera controls.
You got it? That's going to be important coming up.
What? It's not in English. Oh, the message says right stick or camera controls. Oh.
Yeah, what?
Oh, the message. What? It's not in English.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He thought you had to read it off the ground in this Dark Souls language. That's not English, huh? What language is that? That's goddamn Egyptian. Hang on. I was wondering what he meant, but now I got it. That's not in English. What the fuck?
Oh, the message says right stick or camera controls. Oh.
That's not in English.
Huh? R1 is attack. Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you, bitch! Oh! Suck my dick! Eat some balls! You tried to hit me? Fuck you!
Wow.
Whoa,
This
look at
is
fucking
good.
dude. Holy shit, he's giant. A giant monster.
You think?
Dude, nice fight a weapon. R2 is strong attack.
That's going to be one of your faves.
So I guess that blue bar is my stamina meter. Left stick was hold his deck. Yep, I know that.
I know that one already. I already know that one.
If I hold it, I can dash, or I can roll if I just tap it. R3 is target lock on and release. Okay. So lock on the targets, that's good. hit him, and get your shield.
Okay.
Pillage the corpse. Tower kite. What? You ass. What? You asshole.
Boom.
Pillage the corpse. Tower kite shield. Okay. How do I equip it?
Remember the instruction books or give you information you can get before you start playing the game?
Alright, here we go. Shit. Okay.
You get the idea. He's not the best player of the game. It's very cringe. He's already, like, he's making the difficulty be the biggest story even when it's not yet the biggest story, right? This is the most replayed Spart.
I
mean,
up, I can go down.
You can't really bitch about the difficulty now, you know?
Supposed to go.
Oh, you want to see Asylum Demon? Okay.
Fucking cheap ass son of a bitch. Who fucking pushed that, man?
Hilarious stuff here.
Dick. You're a dick. So fucking eat this.
Yeah, got him.
Fucking asshole. Pushed a fucking giant boulder at me. Door's locked. Oh, that's splendid. Here, push the body.
Yeah, Redemption Run is going to be in the future sheepdog of this series, but yeah, that's going to be something for sure. This is what caused the Redemption Run to happen.
If I was stuck on my foot.
All right, let's go to the boss that someone requested. I think that's a good idea. Oh, this guy. Let's watch him. I remember this. Watch how he handles this dude. I remember this.
Oh, wow. There's a giant fucking ball that the asshole pushed at me.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you. You're no hollow. Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon. Then...
Stab this fucking take all his
I
equipment.
wish to ask something of you. You and I, we're both undead. Hear me out, will you?
Shut up. Oh, I guess I have to hear this asshole out. Son of a bitch. Alright, let's see what this asshole has to say.
He split the part there. We'll watch this.
Regrettably, I have failed in my mission. But perhaps you could keep the torch lit. There was an old saying in my family. Thou who art undead art chosen. Thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening.
Oh, I should have never listened to this asshole.
Well, now you know,
Can I kill him?
and I can die without you. Oh, one more thing.
Fuck you! I killed him.
Can you imagine? Like, what the fuck? Like, he didn't even do it in, like, I don't know, I guess you could make that funny. But, like, who really? Who does that? Who? If you're not literally speedrunning for a record, who does that?
One more thing.
Fuck you! I killed him.
Well, he hurt the wall more than Oscar himself, but yeah.
Ah! Ha, ha! I killed his ass.
Like,
He said, "Here,
what?
take this," and I stabbed him.
Awesome, man. Pretty cool, man. Dark Souls rule number 1, never kill Oscar is the top comment. There we go. I rooted for the Asylum Demon. I gave a loud, hearty... Oh, let's watch the Asylum Demon. Excuse me, that's coming up. Let's see. Asylum Demon is right here.
It really doesn't work. I can't...
He's working with the controls. Hang on.
It's like impossible to get to work. It really is. Look, there's jump attack. I can't... Whatever.
No, I never played this game, Demon Souls Super Pro, but this seems to be a good video for you I have going on.
They're fucking idiots.
I've seen this how you don't play some stuff, though.
Pick a jump attack. Click the thumbstick.
We'll get there.
You know, there aren't enough buttons on the PlayStation controller.
We'll get there, Critical Error. Today's just Demon Souls 1.
Jump attack. Click the thumbstick. Because we all know that, you know, there aren't enough buttons on the PlayStation controller. We want you to click your thumbstick. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Okay, that's a problem. I just tried to attack and he rolled. Oh, you fucking son of a bitch. Oh, battery for the controller is low.
Whose fault is that?
Full. Ah.
I'm ready.
Oh. You fat fuck.
Yeah.
Flying? You can fucking fly? Ah.
Why Am I Toxic comes up in 2017. We're only in 2011 right now, so that will come up in the future, obviously.
Stab his asshole. Come on, stab
There
his
you
ass.
go. He's getting close.
Oh, it's disgusting anus. Oh, I see shit stains on there.
Okay, hilarious stuff.
Can't move. I'm dead. He had no life and I died.
Very close to winning there, but I think you're right, whoever said that. Looks like he knew what to do.
I had no fucking life. Alright, so there go all my souls. Excellent. Over again, completely. So I gotta do all what I just did over again completely. Isn't that great? And that's the problem. The game should fucking not make you redo stuff. I get the feeling this is gonna be the worst part about this game. You have to keep redoing everything. Yeah, attack the wall. Wow, you're fucking.
I love when he hits the wall. Boom! Boom!
Yeah, attack the wall.
Boom!
He's attacking the wall. There, fucking
3 in a row combo.
stab him in the back. Wow, you're.
What's this? 1, 2, and
attack the
a
wall.
3! Hell yeah! We're gaming! Amazing. 1! Ah,
Double killed these guys.
yeah, awesome, man. Awesome stuff. All right, well, we got the point. How long would it take for him to beat the demon? This is the next attempt. Real quick.
Yep.
Ooh, not that time.
Again. I knew it. You know, when you can't control your guy, it's kind of hard to fucking kill a giant boss that takes half your life. I like how you also lose a quarter of your life just by jumping down to fight the boss. It's the dumbest fucking thing ever.
Let's see that when he jumps down. You know he's going to be salty about that. Doesn't look like half to me, but okay.
I like how you lose health just from fucking landing.
Now we're in this fight together, so we got to see him take down the asylum demon, my friends. Let's go. Come on.
All right, so now you get to see me do all that over again. Isn't this fun? It's a lot of fun. We're up the same fucking staircase.
This is the first boss, by the way, and he's already done with this game with the first boss. Should be a good playthrough, though. Okay. Oh, 1. I'm counting. Let's see if we get into the streak.
Why am I so slow? Oh my god.
Oh, it's okay.
So-
I like when there's parts of this playthrough he has about 18 arrows in them. Okay, here we go. Here we go, boys. Now what?
Can I hit him from here? Can I jump down and do like a big hit? I
Yeah.
guess not.
Perfect.
And I've lost all my life.
Run away! There we go.
Look at this. You can't dodge. You can't dodge his attacks. I'm
Yep.
running full speed and I'm slow as fuck.
Usually that's true. When he asks a question, it means he read it somewhere. And he'll say like, oh, I wonder if I can make this jump. Wow, I didn't know I could do that. They didn't say that, huh? Is this the run?
Fast.
Oh. Hitting him down.
What a useful animation. Yo, look how much damage he did. He never hit me. He didn't even... Yo, look how much damage he did. He never hit me. He didn't even hit me, and I lost massive life.
We'll get there. Oh. Not dead at all. Not dead.
Wow, I killed him.
And he did it. He gave up and he did it.
I got the big pilgrim ski. I can recover my...
Isn't that wild? He was going to quit right there, but he did it. Free Ice Cream says, it was rough on YouTube then, but this is unwatchable. Yes, he wants residuals on these videos, okay? Sorry, that was the... We're going to watch, again, the only other playthrough... shit. The only other gameplay we're going to watch is the ending. But here we go. Now we get back to Twitter. This is the first Twitter post about this. And he says, the Dark Souls playthrough is uploading to DSP Gaming. Got 26 parts total today. Game is seriously hard, but I'm slowly getting through it. So 26 parts in a single day was released. He then does a release day unboxing of Dead Rising 2 off the record, and he has some comments about Dark Souls here, so get ready.
So, the other thing I want to mention, I tried to get a strategy guide for Dark Souls, and guess what?
What?
No one has them, because everyone bought the fucking strategy guide in my area, because the game's so hard, no one could figure it out, and everyone went and bought it. So, my GameStop didn't have it. When I go to play Dark Souls next, which is going to be not...
Okay, so you went to one store then.
Until, I'm telling you, not until Wednesday.
Uh-oh.
At some point, I may have to go searching around my area, or else just fucking wing it and see if I can beat the game without it, which is going to be insanely hard, I know. But I guess we'll have to see. So yeah, that sucks. But anyway, I've said this before. I'm gonna say it again.
Uh-oh.
I don't want to see any.
Get ready, guys. He's gonna give you a talking to.
So yeah, that sucks. But anyway, I've said this before. I'm gonna say it again. I don't want to see any comments on the Dead Rising 2 off the record playthrough about why did I stop playing Dark Souls? Why is there a break from Dark Souls? Phil sucks at Dark Souls. Phil rocks at Dark Souls. Dark Souls, Dark Souls. I want to see Dark Souls. Fuck you. Don't put comments about Dark Souls on the Dead Rising 2 gameplay. I told you that on Tuesday of this week we were going to be doing this, and I don't want to see it. If I see comments about that on the gameplay, even in a joking manner, you will be blocked. So, don't fucking do it, okay?
Even in a joking manner, okay? To get around that, some person was somewhat creative, I'll say, and said... Dark Soulsing 2 on the Souls, trying to get around DSP's banning. They were successful. They are not banned. I don't see any other Dark Souls comments that made it through, but there you go. Someone tried their best. Here we go.
So that's it for release day unboxing. We'll see you for the Dead Rising 2 off the record playthrough, and see you then. All
right. Remember, guys, do not talk about Dark Souls in the comments, though, okay? Here the fun starts again. A must-watch channel update regarding Dark Souls and the rest of this week will be uploaded to DSP Gaming tonight, so be on the lookout. This is how important Dark Souls was. Or should I say, the people bitching about Dark Souls were. They owned his life at this point. Because he is making every fucking video for them now. It's just every video is about the people that make comments about Dark Souls, people that want Dark Souls. And yes, you saw him, I saw him. Jake James Lugo, hello. Sounds super important. I will check it out and spread the word. By the way, you got to make DSP Lion King happen. Hashtag epic. Hashtag win. Sounds super important. Reminder, he's talking about a week in preview or channel update video. And what's going to be talked about in that channel update video are things such as when I'm going to play Dark Souls next. So, as you can hear, super important stuff. And Jake James Lugo has promised to spread the word, though. So that's big news. Thank you so much, JJL. Next up, another name you might recognize. The Air Raid Lord responds to Jake James Lugo. Interestingly enough, on his old name, Venomous Fat Man. That was Jake James Lugo's first name. The dude, Venomous Fat Man 1, was planning on going to New York Comic Con, but he can't. I hope he can go next year. And that's it. I have no idea what that means, but that's too deep for me. Maybe Doomer Ziggy can figure out the lore behind that. All right. Moving on, we have the channel update that DSP just talked about. If I told you how long this video was, you would be jumping off a cliff right now. We're going to see how far we get into this puppy, okay? But it's longer than you think.
We're interested in the Dark Souls playthrough.
Here we go. Here we go. I'll see the intro and then we'll skip past the New York Comic Con part and just get to the Dark Souls. Think this is long enough?
What's going on, everyone? Darkside Phil.
Smooth transition there, King.
What's going on, everyone? Darkside Phil here, and welcome to a...
Was that a troll that accidentally added a nose wipe into the end of this? Ready? Boom!
What's going on, everyone? Darkside Phil here, and welcome to a channel update. Today is October 12th, I believe? October 12th. It is October 12th, 2011.
Okay,
and,
skipping 3 minutes, he just talks about some bullshit. Go ahead.
Yeah, as of, today, it's Wednesday. It's already 8 p.m. here. Well, actually, you probably maybe see the clock over there, it says 7:42 p.m. Okay. But I'm not doing any new gameplay footage today. And the reason is because I did a 16-hour, actually it was more than 16 hours, marathon of Dead Rising 2 off the record yesterday, along with John Rambo. We did a full co-op playthrough of the game from start to finish, 78 parts. It was fucking grueling, but
78 parts in a single day.
We enjoyed it, and we're glad we did it, and we're glad we got that game done in one sitting, because that's the kind of game, once you get into it, you want to keep going, you don't want to stop. And so that is complete. And it was, we started, John got here around 11 a.m. on Tuesday. I got up early to go get the games and get here on time to meet up with him at 11.
I had to wake up early to do that.
We started playing probably right before 12 because we had to get equipment set up or whatever. And we played like for 6 hours straight, went and got something to eat for maybe a half hour, came back, and we just played that game till it was done. Now keep in mind, yeah, we took breaks. We had to swap out memory cards for footage and such. We took...
Okay. I'm skipping a little bit. He's just bitching about how playing with Rambo. Okay, so here we go. Now here comes the Dark Souls comments, okay? And they start 5 minutes into this video. That is, I will reveal now, 47 minutes long. Here we go.
Attention for whatever reason, whether it's positive or negative attention. The website is a good place where people can talk about it and discuss it. And obviously Dark Souls is one of these games because I think out of any game I've ever played, more threads have been created on my website and on the forums for this game than any other game I think I've ever played. That first day when I started playing it, I think there were like 12 threads that appeared, and the moderators were even having problems trying to focus and refocus the threads and keep them, separate, or trying to consolidate them. It was just a hot fucking mess of a time because of everything that was going on. Okay, it was fun. It's good that there's that kind of attention, but it was a very disorganized mess. Okay. So what is the big hoopla about Dark Souls?
Please.
What's going on with this game? Well,
yes.
As you know, if you've watched the footage, if you don't know, because you didn't watch the footage, you don't know much about this game. This game is an intentionally hard game. Bandai designed this game to be gruelingly fucking difficult.
Okay.
They want you to die repeatedly. That's the whole point. At the same time, the game is a very logical game, meaning unlike a lot of other games where you have to learn the rules of the world and all of that,
Yeah.
if you think with your head, you will probably do better in this game than just going mindlessly with a pattern, which is what most video games are these days.
I'm not sure what that means. Go ahead.
So, yeah, blocking with the shield is probably a better idea than two-handing a weapon and taking massive damage.
That's been the case in any game that has that mechanic, but go ahead.
You probably don't want to jump off a high-up cliff because you're probably going to take damage when you hit the ground. You know, there's all these logical kind of things that are part of the game. And, by the way, Dark Souls has
Oh, man, Dark Souls is revolutionary. Holy shit.
logical kind of things that are part of the game. And, by the way, Dark Souls has a cult following already simply because Demon Souls, which was the game before this one, made by the same people, got critical acclaim because the game had so much content,
Yeah.
and because the game was super difficult, but if you took the time to learn the rules of the world, to learn the combat system, to learn
Whoa, you said it was very logical.
the controls, to learn the certain patterns of these really complex enemies, it was rewarding in the long run. You can get a massive amount of hours of gameplay out of the game, and logic can actually prevail in the game, which actually is not the case in most games today. Let's face it, run and gun, hack and slash, you're not using your head. You're just fucking doing reactionary stuff or learning a pattern, and that's how you're beating it. And not so with Demon Souls or Dark Souls. So Dark Souls has a cult following. And I fully well knew when I was going to start playing this game that as soon as I played it, no matter what happened, I was going to get a massive reaction. And I just knew it, because a game like this, it's not a typical game that I would play. I skipped Demon Souls, by the way.
He did skip Demon Souls.
That was before I was doing things full time, like doing YouTube full time as my job. But I skipped it because I knew it was going to be a time-consuming game. Honestly, at that point, I haven't even heard much about it yet. It kind of got a cult following over time. And so when Dark Souls was announced and everyone said, oh, is he going to play? Is he going to play it? Is this his kind of game? Is he going to play it? And I said I was going to play it. Everyone flipped out for different reasons. But everyone wanted me to play this game, okay? Now, you know me. I'm the kind of guy that when I play a game, I sit down and I jump into the game and I try to give an honest first reaction to what's happening in this game, and I try to find ways to succeed at the game, and I consider myself an average gamer. By no means am I some hardcore guy who is like, a master of every genre of gaming. A lot of genres of gaming I don't even play that much. A lot of them I just broke into this year as I took on this as a full-time job. And so, no, when I play games, I do not by any means say, oh, I'm a master of this game and you should watch me. Watch me because I'm better than you and I kick your ass. And here's a speed run, amazing skill level gameplay of this game.
I guess we're just coping because how bad he thinks he did. I don't know where we're going with this video, by the way. I mean, I know what happens to this Dark Souls 1 playthrough, but I don't know if this is where we're going. Like, I don't know where this is ending. What's the point of this? Just saying, like, that's why I suck at it?
It's not what I'm about. That's not what I've ever been about.
Okay.
Since day one on YouTube, that's not the kind of footage I've ever put out. And I think that may be a misconception of a lot of people who watch, not just my videos, but videos in general on YouTube or whatever of gameplay. They expect every time they see a video, it's going to be some expert level gaming experience. And if someone's, not doing well, oh, that guy sucks and he's an asshole. Why is he even recording this? Because he's not doing well at the game.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm about. I've never been about that. For me, my videos, the purpose of my videos are to record the common gamer sitting down, playing this game for the first time. What were their experiences?
Isn't that wild? We're getting this is how you don't play Cope 2 years before This Is How You Don't Play started, right? He's saying the same shit he said about, well, he's just making fun of me, but even though I come off as I'm the common gamer. I'm trying to be the first person sitting down with the controller, trying it out for the first time, and this game has all these hardcore fans that get pissed off. This is 2 years before Evil AJ made This Is How You Don't Play. It's wild. The same excuse is coming out now.
The common gamer sitting down, playing this game for the first time, what would their experiences be? And also,
people were making videos about him, not This Is How You Don't Play. About bad gameplay? Or just like he sucks and he lies a lot? Because I've definitely seen those around that time. Let me search.
to kind of make you laugh, if there's something funny going on or whatever. In this case, really not much funny going on in Dark Souls simply because it's a really difficult game. It's not something that lends. It's more serious than anything. Honestly, it doesn't lend itself really to being a joking or jovial nature when you're playing this game. Okay?
Jokey or jovial?
So the bottom line is this: I played the game for about 4 to 5 hours on Monday, I want to say, and something like 26, 27 parts. I'm not exactly sure what the total part count was, and completely mixed reactions. First of all, let me tell you, one of the most commented on series of videos I've ever done on YouTube. Insane amount of comments. Okay? At the same time, insane amount of thumbs up, thumbs down votes. Like, everyone's giving an opinion.
That's good.
It's good.
That's good for you.
To give your opinion. It's good to be outspoken. It's good. Okay? It's a good thing. And I like that. I like that. It means that
There's the biggest butt coming this way right now. It's like that Pokemon chick from the new game. That butt's coming this way, boys. Get ready.
Whatever I'm doing, if it's getting attention, then obviously something's done right, okay?
Here it comes.
Now, unfortunately, there has been a reaction to some of the comments and things going on in these videos, and people are upset. And people are upset for multiple reasons. They're upset because they don't agree with the gameplay. Some people are upset with me that I haven't learned as quickly as they have wanted me to learn this game, and so it's taking me longer to do stuff. I'm not properly using.
Here comes Emma's butt. Get ready for it, guys. We're going down. We're all gonna die.
The controls, according to their standards, by the way. I don't know what the actual guidelines are for how you properly play a game or not if you're not losing, you know what I mean? But also, there's a feeling of, wow, why are so many people being negative and saying nasty things and being trolls in the comments of these videos, okay?
Who cares? Only person that cares about this is DSP, and people making fun of him.
And what I'd like to do, and this is why I really enjoy having the website, is I've printed out several comments from a thread regarding the comments being left on the Dark Souls videos from Monday. And keep in mind, that was day one. It was the first time I'd ever touched the game. I never played.
This is how bad people have treated me, guys. Get ready. Listen to this slander.
Demon Souls. I had zero background in this game. I did read the instruction booklet for basic control scheme.
And you still didn't know
them. The
them.
instruction booklet actually doesn't tell you a lot of the stuff you need to know, like how to do a jump after a run, how to properly do things like a plunge attack. And yes, I realize that in the tutorial it explained the plunge attack, but they never actually have you do one, so it never stuck.
Oh, it never stuck. You need to give me multiple times to practice it, okay? It never stuck with me. This is similar to when he blamed his college professor for not being a good teacher when you know that teacher was fine, but he just didn't handhold him enough, okay? This is it.
So anyway, I digress. What I want to do is read you some of the comments from my forums. There's a lot of them. And by the way, by no means are these one-sided. You're going to hear both sides of an argument.
Okay, cool.
You're going to get both, sides of what's going on.
These were not cherry-picked in any way.
And then I'm going to comment on what I really think, okay?
Yes, these were printed out. These were not cherry-picked in any way. You're going to hear both sides of the argument. I definitely didn't just pick the ones that make me sound good or that I could easily debunk. Go ahead.
First of all, let me check and see how much time I have left in this video before it stops, because my camera has a 30-minute time limit. Alright, so I've got about 15 minutes to go through these, and it might not be enough time, so if you all of a sudden see me cut off and then jump back, it's because I probably edited the video and put in a part 2.
Okay. Get a quick sip here. You're going to need it.
Okay, so first comment I'd like to read. Now keep in mind, this is a comment from someone in regards to the comments being left on the Dark Souls videos on YouTube that I put up on Monday, okay?
I guarantee this one is positive and says something to the effect of, give Phil more of a chance before you start leaving these comments because it hurts Phil.
It says, these comments are just horrible.
See?
Does everyone think that Phil is the holy lord of video games or something?
Told you!
I played and beat Demon Souls around the time that it came out, and I got my ass beat and complained just like Phil. Duh, that's what you do. It's a frustrating game, and it even bills itself as a frustrating game.
Yeah.
It's just a natural reaction to have. The comments on DSP's videos are beyond ridiculous and an overreaction. Are you honestly expecting Phil, who's never played Demon Souls, to get good at this game within the first few hours and know everything? Okay. Another comment. You know, I hate all these fucking dislikes. People wanted Phil to play this game, knowing that it would take time for him to understand the game mechanics, and now they're all raging. Calm the fuck down.
I showed both sides of the argument, by the way, and I just randomly picked some comments. Anyways, this person said, "Wow, Phil is playing much better than I expected."
And let it take his own pace.
All these people leaving these hate comments are mouth droolers and should end themselves. Man, this guy, I really agree with him.
You can give him tips to do it in a respectful and helpful way.
Oh.
Okay. Next comment.
Uh-huh.
This was actually my comment, because there was just a couple of comments there.
What do you know? I just randomly chose my own comment here, and I do want to get both sides of this, by the way. Okay, here's actually a comment here. Let me pick a random one. Oh, this one's actually me. Whoa.
Comment. This was actually my comment, because there was just a couple of comments there in the thread. And my whole attitude here
go ahead.
At this point, you know, not even all the videos have been put up at this point. They were still uploading. And I saw some of the comments on my videos were something like, "Oh, you suck. But once again, Phil, you didn't spend hours before you played this game to research how to play the game."
No one said that, by the way. I promise you no one said that. Phil, you didn't spend hours researching this game that it's clearly required. Everyone knows that. No one said that.
But once again, Phil, you didn't spend hours before you played this game to research how to play the game.
Okay.
Oh my god, you forgot one move that it told you how to do in the tutorial of the game. Again, the lunge attack, which, by the way, you never actually do in the tutorial, so you would never understand that's how you do it properly.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, the comments were pretty nasty. They were basically all insulting me, saying, "Oh, you suck, blah, blah, blah."
That's correct.
And so, here's my response to the initial amount of hateful comments that went on my videos. I said, listen, just ignore the comments. I'm sure this series of videos are going to have huge views. So, you know, fuck the idiot haters. Maybe I'll get linked on some fanboy forums like I did back when I was playing Witcher 2 earlier in the year.
That's another game he famously would bitch about, that it was just him not understanding the game. But go ahead. Yeah. That's like This Is How You Don't Play. You know, but they still had the same feeling of that he didn't give the game a chance, but just said it was all the game's fault. And people don't like that when they like the game. Go ahead, Philip. Continue.
And so many people will come over, to, you know, with their elitist attitudes and shit all over my videos. I'll get more views. You know, that's how I make my money, based off of views.
Yes.
So whether you love me or you hate me, if you leave a comment, if you watch a video, I get paid.
Yeah. So then, why do you care about what they say then?
And no. By no means am I intentionally playing a game bad, by the way, to try to get this kind of attention. I'm just doing what I always do, and this stuff just happens, so...
I'm trying my best, guys. Some of you, like, literally people thought he was faking it, right? It's not an act, folks. Trust me, I'm trying my best. People still think that to this day as well, that's all an act, but he's telling you, no, this is not an act.
I'm not trying to control it or whatever, but it is what it is, and in my view... Even though it looks awfully negative, for me it's not. You know what I mean? So I just go with the flow. So that was my comment, okay?
I just go with the flow. I don't care what anyone says about me. Ignore me posting a 47-minute video reading comments that were negative towards me to show you how much I don't care about the comments.
After that, of course, 100 other people jumped into the thread of comments, so let's continue.
He printed out comments from his forum to read them on a YouTube video. This is, again, to strengthen his case, in which he is trying to say he doesn't care about the comments. This is wild.
So the next comment, and this is kind of to the contrary side of what everyone's saying, says,
please,
you know, these people are frustrated, not angry. It's not hate, it's actual disappointment. You know that the feeling that you get when you try to teach someone how to use a computer for the first time, but they keep doing things like only single-clicking icons that they're supposed to be double-clicking? Well, that's pretty much the same frustration that I've noticed in the YouTube comments so far. Yeah, a lot of them may be nasty things, but if you read beyond that, they're also saying a lot of things that are helpful. Okay? Now here's another one. That wasn't the comment. That's me burping. Okay, now the next comment.
Okay. That guy was an idiot, by the way, mouth drooler. Go ahead, here's the next comment.
I'd like to point out that perhaps people are disliking these videos because they don't like the actual content, yes, guys, there are people who don't like when Phil is bashing a game and some of its fans. I know it's super surprising to me too. Now, what he's talking about in his comment, just so I can directly explain it to you without responding.
He just printed these out because he knew they wouldn't get enough attention on the forums. He wanted to get more of the world to hear these comments that are praising him.
Is in the videos, when I'm giving my first impressions and my natural reactions to this game, I'm saying, you know, I don't really understand the mindset of the people who are like hardcore fans of this game who think this is like the best game ever. Because I can understand the merits of a game that's difficult. I can understand the merits of a game that's cryptic, and then you feel good when you figure out how to do something that really wasn't explained and you succeed. But at the same time, I don't understand that mentality, because for me, a game, and this is me, this is my opinion, a game is sitting on the couch and relaxing and playing something and having fun. And yes, there has to be a challenge factor to it, or else there's no
just telling you he just wants walking sims, you know.
Feeling of accomplishment,
yep.
But not to the point where you actually feel like you're putting work into winning a game. A game is not work. And when you take a game and you turn it into work, that's when it's no longer a game, you know? Football, professional football, and I'm talking about whatever football you like. Whether you
get ready for a football metaphor.
It's the one where you kick the round ball around, or you pass this fucking egg oblong-shaped fucking thing.
It's an egg, correct. The football is famously egg-shaped.
What kind of football you consider real football?
But the egg, as it's so famously called, the egg.
There's a difference between playing it for fun and playing it professionally and
pass me the egg.
Getting paid for it. You know what I mean? Now, if I were getting paid,
go deep.
To win,
I'll throw you the egg.
If I were getting paid to go to tournaments and win a tournament, if I were getting paid to do a speed run of Dark Souls and beat it start to finish in a certain amount of time, and you know, I worked for IGN and they said, Phil, we want you to write the strategy guide for Dark Souls, and that was what I was getting paid for, I would understand the frustration. I would understand it. But that's not what I do. And as I've said previously in this video and 100,000 times before, that's never been what I do. I play the game at my own pace. I enjoy it at my own pace. This is what the common gamer's experience would be playing Dark Souls for the first.
Again, sir, this sounds really great. So why don't you just do that? Why is it all about what the comments say? He's so thin-skinned.
First time with absolutely no background on the game and no background on Demon Souls, not doing hours of research beforehand, just sitting down to play the game, okay? And so I read a comment like that, and he says, well, Phil, you're bashing a game and its fans. No, what I'm doing is I'm saying I don't understand the mentality of people who like something that's supposed to be a game that you're casually playing and enjoying, and you treat it like work, and you think it's better because it's difficult to the point where you could consider it work to beat the game. That's what I don't understand. I don't. It doesn't make sense to me. That's actually nonsensical logic to me. It just doesn't.
Saying it like that is offensive to people that think that. It's calling people stupid, basically. It's like, I don't understand the logical thinking that you guys are doing. If you like that, that's nonsensical logic to me. That sounds pretty offensive to people that care about that.
It doesn't click. There's no one-on-one connection to me that I would want to sit down and do work during my relaxing free time.
Yeah.
Okay?
Some people do. Some people like jogging because it's good for them. It's not like it's fucking annoying to do sometimes, and it's not very fun. But you just do it, but you say you can enjoy it once you finished it. You know what I'm saying? That's how some people feel about Dark Souls. It's pretty simple.
So
some people have fun doing challenging things. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people have fun doing things that are challenging for the sake of it. Right? And even if that's not like you, it's not like you can say that's nonsensical. You know what I mean? That's not nonsensical. It's very sensical, even though you might not agree with it.
Free time. Okay? So let's keep going. Next comment. Yeah, sure, some people are generally pissed off, but a lot of people are raging out of disappointment.
Okay.
And really, as someone who plays video games as a full-time job, especially since it's promoting the games that he said it's promoting the game's sales as well. Sorry, it was misspelled.
Yeah.
People expect you to take the time and learn to play the game in the correct manner that it was meant to be played. Dark Souls, for example, you keep playing it like it's a hack and slash. It's not. It's a logical thinking game. You have to...
Exactly what he would say when people started making fun of his Metal Gear playthroughs. Is that he wasn't playing it like a stealth game. Right? And that's you know, it's fine if you don't want to play a game how it's designed to be played, but you can't bitch about the game based on that. That's what people get pissed off about. When you're saying fuck Kojima when he's trying to go to, you know, run and gun 18 dudes in the wrong costume with the wrong, you know, weapon, not knowing how to use rations, and then saying Kojima's an asshole. That's why people get pissed.
To apply reality, all right, it's misworded, but basically, you have to treat it with real-life common sense, okay?
Okay.
I've already addressed this in what I just said before. Again, I'm not doing a master-level playthrough. I'm not treating this game as work. Even though it technically is what I do for work, I wasn't hired to do a master-level playthrough by IGN or any other website. I'm responsible
I wasn't hired
for making a playthrough that a common gamer would probably experience while they play this game. And I'll be honest, you're probably not going to see that anywhere, okay? What common person just records a game from start to finish and puts up with this kind of shit that I put up with these comments or whatever?
Oh my
Most people
God.
get frustrated and just stop. I don't let it get to me.
This is better than I could have expected, guys. Wow. How much of a soy boy are we being with this video? What the fuck?
What common person just records a game from start to finish and puts up with this kind of shit that I put up with?
Yeah. I'm a victim here, okay? Please. I'm the victim. I'm making gameplay for my living. But people leave nasty comments like this? How many of you can put up with that? I bet not many.
Or whatever. Most people go get frustrated and just stop. I don't let it get to me.
Yeah.
You know, this is the uniqueness of my videos. No, I'm not like everyone else on Machinima. I'm not. I don't just sit there playing a game and you know, oh, this is out of playing the game for 27 hours, I've nailed it down to the best 5 hours I played where I do perfect gameplay and here it is, you know? That's not what I did. So if you're expecting that, if you're expecting, as this guy says, we expect you to take time and learn to play the game in the correct manner that it was meant to be played. I'm not going to do hours of research before I play a game. It is a game. And there are going to be other comments here again. Oh, well, it's like chess or whatever. Yeah, you need to know the basic rules for chess. I understand that. But at a minor level, the game is fun. You don't need to know advanced strategies and shit. This game wants you to study it. This game wants you to fucking put in hours of time to learn it. Is that a bad thing? Not for everyone, but for me, I don't get it, okay? That's just me. I don't get it. That's not what I consider a game. Well, let's keep going because there's lots of comments to get to and I just talked for way too long.
Okay. It requires you to study it. Okay. Big Ups NW News says, oh yeah, this is a comment from Love, Not Phil. That's exactly what we're doing here. Smitty Weberman Jensen, Mr. Burnell, what's your book report on the trolls? Yeah. Walyab says, remember, this is his job. When he plays games, he doesn't want to work. Well, he doesn't want anything challenging that people can make fun of. And that's all he wants. Okay? That is all he wants. Ramen Brahman says, I don't enjoy this. And because I have a logical mind, if you enjoy this, you must not be logical. He doesn't understand how it's an insult. It says a lot. Exactly. You can say, I don't like this kind of game. But what you say is, it's nonsensical to me to enjoy this. That's different. So people are going to get pissed. And they're not going to do anything bad. They're just going to share their opinions on his forums, which are a perfect place to share your opinions. Anyways, moving forward positively.
Okay, next comment.
Okay.
Alright, people don't really understand the timelines of Phil's videos. There's several things that people do not understand, and here they are. Number one, every video that Phil uploads is the only amount of time that he spends on this game. If he plays 4 to 5 parts, well, it's usually 1 hour of game time. People watching the videos often have struggled for the same amount of time on average before figuring out things that Phil hasn't. They just watch the video with knowledge of the game that Phil doesn't have.
And this is from Jake James Lugo. Thank you so much, Jake.
Point. Number 2. Phil doesn't read your comments after every uploaded video. He uploads in bulk, so stop making progressively worse comments on his videos as if he reads them every time he uploads a video.
You need to learn DSP's upload schedule, you dumb fucks, before you comment. Damn. Why can't you guys pick up on this? He uploads in bulk, you idiots.
If he makes a mistake on part 20 of a video, your comment on that video aren't going to let him fix that mistake for part 21.
Who cares? Oh my God. It's incredible. He thinks comments should be purely instructions on how he can do things better and nothing else.
That's a good point as well. People seem to think that like YouTube is real time. It's not.
It's
So
not.
leave a comment on a video. Don't
It's
expect me
not.
to immediately learn what you've told me and all of a sudden I'm going to be a master of that in the next part of the video. It's impossible.
Beautiful. Nailed it.
Okay, number 3. Phil does not have the same amount of time as his viewers. He plays games constantly. It's his job. What do people do after work? Not more work. I don't find it hard to believe that Phil wants to relax after playing for hours straight.
What? He's playing Dark Souls, and that is his job.
I understand if he doesn't read up on extra information about a game. You're not supposed to have to study to finish a game anyway. People that watch his videos probably did do this for Dark Souls.
That makes 0 sense.
That's another fair point, and I've already addressed it. A game is a game. It's not work. It's not something you should have to study and learn unless you want to play it on a professional, hardcore level. I'm not trying to be a master of Dark Souls. I'm just trying to get through it. Okay.
That makes 0 sense. Thank you so much for that one.
Next, number 4, fourth point here from this comment. The game is hard. It's really fucking hard. On every single trailer of the game on YouTube, people always express how hard this game is. It's only natural that people complain about something that is so hard. Okay? And number 5. Thanks for commenting on the video, making it get more views.
Yeah, this is a great one. Good point this guy had.
Phil's fan base, or maybe I should say hate base,
Yeah.
are probably children and or idiots that don't have the mental capacity to understand some of these things. Live and let live, okay?
That was from Philip Purnell. Thank you so much.
So maybe I don't necessarily agree with the last thing that was said there. No, I don't think everyone is like that. I just think people
I don't think everyone is a kid, but
get too wrapped up in what the content of the video is. And when you get attached to something, like let's say you really like Dark Souls, you think it's one of the best games ever. You probably get frustrated watching my videos and seeing me not do very well at the game, and sometimes even bad-mouthing the game because I think that things are unfair, the game is not self-explanatory, or that even people that would play this game, which is really considered work, not a game,
that's why people get pissed.
would like it so much, okay? But that's opinion, and that's my opinion, and that's why a lot of people watch my videos. They want
And there, other people are allowed to share their opinion with you, especially in comment sections, which is kind of what they're there for. Go ahead.
see the opinion of a common gamer. And I'm sorry, if I say stuff and it makes the game look bad, well, to the common gamer, that really does look bad. Like someone, you'll see there's a comment. Well, you know what? We'll wait because it's coming up. There's a really
Oh
good comment
God,
coming
we're
up
not even on the second page.
that I want to respond to. I actually think
Remember, he doesn't care about the comments, everybody.
that I'm running out of time here.
God.
So I'll be right back. I'm going to make a part 2 of this video. So I'm going to teleport from behind the camera to in front of the camera. Watch this. Surprise! I told you. Okay, anyway. So a couple more comments
Amazing, making it so fun.
to get through here. Next comment. People seem to like writing hateful comments blasting Phil about why he's bad at a game, why he's not doing things that they want him to do, that they want to see, etc.
Yeah.
Then they decide to openly admit that they're better, smarter, and faster than Phil, and that they easily beat part of the game.
Who
Now, what
cares?
those smart people don't realize is they're making a conversation with a video, not a human.
You are reading comments on a video. You are reading text, Philip, and letting them hurt you so bad we have to make a video coping about them.
A video. Unless you actually expect Phil to read and respond to every idiotic comment and not block that specific person. Go ahead. Keep up speaking to a video
Yes.
that may have just been uploaded.
Yes.
And in reality was played hours before it ever was uploaded, wasting your time and eventually ending up getting blocked for your own stupidity. For
Yes, do that.
basically being insulting to me, and then crying to Phil later on because he blocked you. Okay, a couple more to get through.
That was a great one. Personally love that one. What? This video right now we're watching, John, big ups John, has 50,000 views. 50,000 views. That would be about 20% of his total views in a single month in the current year. Not that much exactly, but a big chunk of his views. that would be in current year. A big chunk. This is what people want to see. And trust me, he doesn't care, by the way. He doesn't care.
All right. It's not the fact that Phil is raging over that the game is hard. It is indeed damn hard, but his problems do not stem from the difficulty yet. He has not learned the controls as of yet. Now, I don't know when this guy left this comment. By the end of this series of videos for Monday, I learned most of the basic controls, including locking on and all that. I think a lot of people were pissed at particular things I hadn't learned, and then I was learning it by the end, okay? As a result, people are dumbfounded that he's missing basic control functions like knowing how to lock on. I should have kept reading. Like knowing how to lock on or how to do a light swing rather than a lunging off a cliff. Also, I don't like the idea that any new viewer to his channel should be considered a hater or that he should be trying to exploiting views from them. That's trollish as fuck and not very mature. Not only that, but the idea that they should change their standards and let certain things slide just because it's Phil playing it.
I agree with that.
Well, I don't think the casual viewer who just saw this up on YouTube's most viewed or whatever the page is, you know, where videos get viewed, are going to care who's playing it. What they're going to see is a guy bashing the game and saying things like, oh, you can only do a lunging strike when the game has a light attack that he's not using.
Good point.
I have to admit, you're right, he does upload in bulk. I'll give you that. Maybe after the tips he's been given, he'll get better at it. It's like Witcher 2 all over again. And what he's referring to is earlier this year I played Witcher 2 for the PC before there was actually a patch that made the game easier to play and made the controls easier. And I complained that the controls really didn't work that well. And the bottom line is, the controls really didn't work that well. But if you spent all this time to learn the intricacies of the controls and how to make these controls work properly in a way that really I don't think they actually intended when they designed the game, then the game could be played and you could be successful at the game. But in my videos, I raged about it. And I said, no, I don't understand why these controls are so gimped, why it doesn't work properly, why you die so quickly. You know, there's all these things I complained about. And all the fanboys of that game raged and left hateful comments on my videos, which is pretty much the same thing that's happening with Dark Souls, okay? Now, one thing I do want to address before we move on, I already said this earlier, but I don't exploit people. I'm not trolling people for views. That's absolutely ridiculous.
He's not.
If you wanted to see that, I could easily take Modern Warfare 3, and from the second I start fucking playing and say, oh, this game sucks, and this is balls, and wow, only an asshole would play...
I will say this. He's not hating the game for views at all. If he thought it... like being awesome at the game would get him more views, he would legitimately try to practice until he got good. But he didn't want to put that much work in. So he's not saying the game sucks for money. That is for fucking sure. He's not. He's actually trying... He hates being made fun of so badly. He's trying to find a way out of playing this game, actually. That's how much he hates being made fun of. He will avoid getting made fun of more than he'll put in extra work to get money, right?
Because that's the game that if I did that, I would get such negative attention for doing it, I'd probably double the amount of money I made on the playthrough. I'm not even kidding. Because so many people would come out of the woodwork to hate on me that would probably be more popular, okay? But I don't do that, okay? The times that I do say negative things about games are when I genuinely have negative reactions to what's going on in the game. So for this guy to try to say that I'm trolling people is completely off base, completely unwarranted, and quite frankly, it's insulting that someone would even say that. You can tell that this guy's hurt that I'm talking negatively about his game, and so he's trying to stab at me, okay?
Yeah. Remember, he's going to show things from both sides, though, showing both sides of the argument. So far, we're doing about 8 positive ones for Phil and 1 or 2 kind of negative.
All right, a couple more comments, and then I'm going to give you my feelings on the whole situation, okay? All right, what I wonder all the time is if he does not understand some part of a game, why he doesn't go look it up. Well, like when the game explained what is a plunging attack, which he didn't pay attention to, obviously, and I already mentioned, apparently they did explain it in the tutorial, but I never remembered about it.
So whose fault is that, King?
And for several parts, he kept asking, what the hell is a plunging attack? Why did he not think of taking a 1-minute break between videos, Googling it?
That's very annoying.
And figuring it out. It's like he purposely wants to aggravate everything to bring out the hate so he can later hate on the hate comments. Not true. Again, I said, the only reason I have negative reactions is when something really does strike me the wrong way in a game. Now, this is good because someone actually directly responds to this guy and says, because he doesn't have to look it up. He wants to see if playing the game, he can figure it out or get past
Great comment, Pull Phil. Nice.
a certain part before he has to go look up answers. I mean, isn't that part of the fun of a game?
Yeah.
Figuring it out for yourself.
Huh?
And then the next guy comments, he says, yeah, well, that's like playing Street Fighter without knowing the motion for the Hadouken. Okay, well, that being said, keep in mind
Hey.
Street Fighter does have a move list inside of the game that gives you all the motions of the game. Unlike this game, going into the pause menu, there's no, plunging attacks, press R1 while flying off a cliff, and at the same time, you can still play Street Fighter, you can still beat Street Fighter, meaning like the arcade mode, you can still beat people in Street Fighter not knowing any special moves, okay? Now if you want to play at a higher level, yeah, you need to learn the special moves. So, that's kind of a weak argument.
So, actually, that guy, yeah, he had a really good point. But anyways.
In my opinion. It's a different kind of situation.
That's different kind of situation.
Anyway. So as you see.
I didn't read that whole thing, and that kind of didn't go my way. But anyway, that's a different situation.
The community is really vocal, really into this whole discussion about Dark Souls. And when it comes down to it, here's my real feeling about it. And
here we go.
And honestly, this might polarize people or whatever, but
So for those just joining us, this is literally a video he made after his first day of playing Dark Souls. Then he played a different game, and then he hasn't even went back to it yet. He hasn't been to his second session of Dark Souls, and he has to make a video to respond to his YouTube comments and his forum comments. That's all we're doing, and he wants to make this video so they don't affect him. Here we go.
it is what it is, okay? Dark Souls, for me, for my honest, genuine feelings, I think Dark Souls is a game that Bandai, when they designed this game, they said, we want to make a game, okay, that someone's going to buy, and they're going to play this game for 4 months, okay? They're going to play it a couple hours a day, and they're going to fail 100 times at something. They're going to pass it, and then they're going to put it down. And the next day, they're going to take on the next thing. And the next day, they're going to take on the next thing.
Yeah.
And, some people, when you take games like this in doses or whatever, you feel a feeling of accomplishment because you can say, wow, today I toppled this big guy, or today I figured out how to get through this area, or today I found this secret that gave me an item that really made my character way better, okay?
Okay.
And I understand that. I completely understand that, okay? I don't feel by any means that Dark Souls, and if Demon Souls is like Dark Souls, then Demon Souls, these games are not for people who are actually looking to just sit down and have a casual experience with a game and have
Not a casual experience.
fun. That's really not what these games are about, okay?
Oh.
These games are about putting in...
Some people have fun with that and call that still a relaxing thing because they're just playing a video game. They're not digging a ditch. They're playing a video game, sir.
Hard work in measured amounts, because if you do it too much, it's going to feel like you're actually doing a job, and you're actually going to get so frustrated with the game you might not want to play it again. But in measured amounts, putting in hard work and research, practice, and trial and error, because a lot of this is trial and error to figure out how to get past certain stuff, so that when you beat that part of the game, you feel a feeling of accomplishment, okay? Like, wow, I did something worthwhile today because I beat that tough son of a bitch, okay?
I beat that tough son of a bitch, yeah.
And I don't know. For me, it's funny because for me, okay, I do feel accomplished in a lot of things that I've done in my life. And one of the things that I would love to say, probably one of the coolest things I've ever done in my life is, and by the way, this is one of the things that I get a lot of hate for, and people still talk shit about me for.
Ooh, what is this gonna be? One of the things he feels most accomplished for in his life. Fourth place at Evo? I'm guessing? I don't remember this at all. I'm guessing he's gonna say fourth place at Evo. Yeah, what else could it be? But because he still gets shit for that, right? This is he must be about to lie about something because some fucking demon's waking up. I don't know what it is. Camera demon. There's a different one. Here we go.
Is when I went to Evolution,
hey,
and here I was by myself. I didn't go out there with anyone. I had gone out there on my own dime. I had almost no money. Literally, like, I took a credit card, and I took a cash advance on a credit card.
So smart, King. You did perfect thing to do, King. Cash advance that shit. Definitely. This is the meme for this situation. I have to show it to you. Okay, cash advances make this happen. Okay, guys? Here we go.
I didn't go out there with anyone. I had gone out there on my own dime. I had almost no money. Literally, like, I took a credit card, and I took a cash advance on a credit card.
So
Don't
smart.
in your life ever take a cash advance on a credit card. I'm going to tell you, that's the best advice I can give anyone. Don't ever do that. It's the highest interest rate on the planet. It's the dumbest thing you can possibly do. But I did it. I took a cash advance on a credit card, went out to Evolution in Las Vegas with next to no money. I went there and I played my heart out in Super Turbo, and yes, it was a console version of Super Turbo. And I went on a crazy tear at the Nationals, and I ended up getting 4th place
Whoa!
in Super Turbo. And not only that, but the top 3 placers were all Japanese people who had come from Japan, who were like people who play this game a lot.
Remember when he said last year this wasn't a serious thing when he said he was first in the U.S.? I hope he's not going to say he was serious about that now, because last year he said it wasn't a serious thing, and he just said it to piss people off. Uh-oh.
Getting 4th place
Uh-oh.
in Super Turbo. And not only that, but the top 3 placers were all Japanese people who had come from Japan, who were like people who play this game a lot, unlike me. So technically that year, I was actually ranked the best Super Turbo player in the country, according to Evolution results. That ended up costing so much controversy, causing controversy, because people said, oh, that wasn't real Super Turbo, that was a PlayStation 1 version of the game.
Yes, correct.
This and that, every excuse on the planet. All I know is I do still have a feeling of accomplishment. Whether or not the game play was pure, that I went out there by myself.
Whether or not the gameplay was pure. And DSP would agree that everyone had that feeling that this wasn't a real year for EVO. And DSP knew it because he would try to make a comeback to EVO a few years later. And he said, finally, people aren't going to be able to say anything after I do good again at EVO. And of course, that never happened. But he did definitely care about that.
Whether or not the game play was pure, that I went out there by myself and I had the perseverance, the determination, and the courage to do that and take that crazy risk with next to no money and to be able to get the highest ranking U.S.
Why does how much money you have matter to a gaming tournament?
Crazy risk with next to no money and to be able to get the highest ranking, U.S. ranking in the tournament that year. And no matter what happens to me for the rest of my life, no one can take that away from me, okay? That's what I feel an accomplishment is for me, okay?
Okay.
And yeah, you can have smaller accomplishments in your life. Don't get me wrong. When I bought my first car, that felt great. When, I don't know, I'm sure when I have my first kid, that's going to be fucking amazing. You know what I mean? There's
The trolls would take this away from him. The fucking trolls.
when, I don't know, I'm sure when I have my first kid, that's going to be fucking amazing. You know what I mean? There's things that happen that are like landmarks where you feel a sense of accomplishment. I don't think there's ever been a time in my life when I just beat one game, okay? I sat there and I played one video game from start to finish, and I said, oh, wow. I feel so accomplished. This game was so fucking rewarding. It took me 700 hours, and of course I'm exaggerating. Some people do say, though, that Dark Souls can take like 80 hours to do everything. So I took 80 hours and I did 100% completion on this game. And I feel great, and I'm going to remember this for the rest of my life. Like, I don't know. And that's me. It's okay. I guess it's okay if there's people out there who have that kind of feeling, but I'm not that kind of person, okay?
I don't understand how you don't understand that thought about how people finishing a game feel like, yeah, cool, I beat it. It's not a big deal, but it's like, yeah, I beat a game, cool. But okay, go ahead. He's just putting thoughts into the minds of people that like Dark Souls because they're not him. He's angry at them because they're leaving these comments, so he has to make them seem stupid in some way. And that's what we're trying to do here.
Okay? I'm not. For me, when I'm playing a game, I want to have a good time. I want to enjoy what I'm doing without putting in a significant additional hours of work and grinding. Now, there are exceptions. This Gaia 4 I played this year, or this, just a couple months ago, it was the last one before, and that game did require grinding, but the grinding wasn't necessarily that bad, and I did it off camera, but I did it at night, and I had a couple drinks when I was doing it, and it wasn't that bad. And when I beat the off camera, but I did it at night, and I had a couple drinks when I was doing it, and it was
Congratulations, yeah. You had a couple of drinks, what's it to you, huh, punk? You had a couple of drinks, yeah, who cares? I had a couple of pints. What's it mean to you? Like, why are you saying this like that? No one even asked, sir. Jesus. Feels like someone's asking him, like, did you drink last night? You know? Yeah, I had a couple of drinks. I don't give a shit. It's weird. What? Where did this come from?
It wasn't necessarily that bad, and I did it off camera, but I did it at night, and I had a couple drinks when I was doing it, and it wasn't that bad. And when I beat the game, I felt a little bit accomplished, okay, but it's not like
So it seems like you understand this phenomenon exactly, sir. Fantastic.
I was like, wow, oh, I beat it, you know, oh, this is amazing. I've never had that kind of feeling from a video game before. Now, it would be different, again, like Street Fighter. You might say, oh, Phil, you're a hypocrite. You just said you did really well in Street Fighter and you feel accomplished.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
It's not the game. It's the experience that I went to a tournament and I played on a competitive level and I persevered. So let me give you the flip side of this.
Oh, God. I'll do it. He said it. Okay, go ahead.
If I were playing Dark Souls in a tournament setting, and the tournament was beat it the quickest, or get 100% completion before everyone else, or do the best speed run, do the best playthrough, if I were in this crazy competition, then maybe, yeah, I would sit down and I would put in 100 fucking hours of research, and, you know, I would really want to be the best, and I would feel accomplishment if I won the competition. You're not competing with anyone but yourself when you're
I want to be the very best, but just not at Dark Souls.
playing Dark Souls and you're a common gamer. You are competing with yourself. There's no audience. You know what I mean? Now, yeah, I'm uploading my playthrough, but it's not a competition with anyone. I don't need to prove that my gameplay is at a higher level than anyone else's. Number one, because I'm not trying to fucking grow my e-penis. I don't care about that shit.
Fuck Dark Souls. Ooh, my e-penis.
I don't need to brag about it.
I only read my comments. Fuck Dark Souls. Ooh, yeah, I am coping. But the comments, I don't give a shit.
I don't need to brag about anything.
I don't need to brag.
Enjoying my life, and
I'm enjoying my fucking life.
I need to say I'm better than you. I don't have that kind of mentality where I have to say that kind of stuff to people. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And number two, I just want to have fun. I just want to sit here and enjoy the game at my own pace. And as I'm doing that, you know, it might take me longer to beat the game than anyone else. And it might, you know, be a more frustrating playthrough for people who like the hardcore, high-level gameplay. But I'm going to be honest with you. That's not what I do. That's not what I've ever done. And if that's what you're looking for, I'm sorry, but maybe my videos aren't for you, okay?
Okay, I thought you said you were going to ignore the comments and you don't care about the comments. Where did that happen? Now we're talking to people directly to tell them, hey, my videos aren't for you guys. Please don't leave the comments. Just don't watch the comments, okay?
If you're the kind of person that you watch a
Just don't watch the fucking vids. I cannot see your comments, guys. Honestly, I'm breaking down.
video, and just because this guy couldn't figure something out as fast as you did, you go, I can't believe it. He's so stupid. I figured that out in 5 seconds and it took him 5 minutes. Oh my god. Then don't watch the video and leave, okay? I'm not telling anyone to fuck off or anything like that, but that's not what my videos are about. My videos, again, I'm going to say it one more time.
Oh, please say it one more time.
So many times in this video.
Yes.
You're watching the common gamer play the game from a common perspective and the viewpoint of, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to try this game for the first time without an amazing amount of research, without an amazing amount of skill.
Okay.
And see how the common gamer would think of this game. And to some extent, that's exactly what my hateful truth reviews are of these games. I'm very honest about what I think the common gamer would like, what they wouldn't like about the game, what audiences this kind of game would appeal to. I talk about all the things that those mainstream review places don't talk about because they don't do this. They don't put themselves into the shoes of the common person and think of who would like this game and who wouldn't, okay? That's what the goal of my video is. And because of that, because I'm not doing a super ultra high level playthrough, a lot of the times you get to have a super amount of fun watching me play. You get to see...
Oh, because he... Okay, I'll read that again. because I'm not doing a super ultra high playthrough, a lot of the times you get to have a super amount of fun watching me play. Great tagline.
You make silly fuck-ups that you laugh at. You get to see me crack jokes because I'm not taking the game so fucking seriously that I have to be intensely focused on every aspect of combat and everything that I'm doing. I can fuck around and have fun with the game.
That would all be fine if you took it with a grain of salt. However, he chooses to literally get angry at the game developers for things he doesn't learn. That's where this whole argument falls apart, because he's not taking it with a real open mind and laughing at the things he can't understand. He's yelling at the developers and saying everyone that likes this game is an idiot. And it doesn't make logical sense to him how people like this game. That's far different than what he's saying right here.
And that's why my videos are different from everyone else's. That's why I'm successful right now on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
Not because I did it like everybody else, but because I did my own damn thing. Okay?
Oh.
And I'm not going to change for anyone. So if you're the kind of person that you just can't stand it, you want to see master level playthroughs, you want to see people catch on right away and do super well, and oh, I'm so disappointed, then don't watch. That's all I have to say. I can't change for a certain group of people, no matter how verbose you want to be, and you want to leave negative thumbs downs on the videos, and you want to fucking spam negative comments. You're not used to my style of video. It's pretty apparent. You don't know what I'm all about.
I always suck this hard. You guys just don't even realize it.
You don't understand where I'm coming from. You don't know the reason I even make my videos. So if you don't get it, then move on, okay?
Don't leave the comments, by the way. Just move on and just don't comment, please. I can't handle any more of these comments, as you can see. I don't care, though. Okay? Just remember, I do not care about the comments.
That's it. That's all I have to say. The only game that I can really even play at a high competitive level is Street Fighter. And to that case, I'm not even doing it anymore. I don't want to put in the time needed to play those games at a high level, particularly right now because I don't really like them that much. But if there was another one that came about that was more of a hardcore style, yeah, I'd probably play it a little bit more and I'd want to get good at it. But unfortunately right now there's none of those games. They're all kind of watered down for the masses. They don't really have a lot of that kind of gameplay that I used to like Super Turbo. So
Gotcha.
that's it, okay? So I'm glad I got it off my chest. I'm glad that people are, talking about it. Again, it's always
A lot of positive comments. Keep the positive comments coming. I'll print them out as well. We could do another hour-long video about these comments that were very fair and balanced.
good to see people are interested and they do have feelings about this kind of stuff. But yeah, if you really have these kind of strong feelings about a game and you can't bear to watch someone not be like a super master of the game or even just catch on quickly, and you don't want to see me play games at my own pace, then don't watch the videos. Or you can watch, if you don't like it, just don't watch the rest of them. I'm pretty sure you're not forced to watch every video that I make, and I've said this before. I actually get people complaining to me, Phil, you put out too many videos, how am I supposed to keep up? Well, I'm sorry to say I agree with you.
So then what? What do we do?
Put out more videos than any other individual on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I will stand by that. I put out more videos than any one individual on YouTube.
Whoa, is that good or bad? He said, I'm sorry to say I agree with you. So is that good or bad? I don't even know.
And therefore, if you are a hardcore fan and you're trying to follow all my stuff, it may be very, very hard for you to follow my stuff and to stay in the know. Well, I'm sorry for that. But it's time to pick and choose which playthroughs you want to watch. And if you were really looking forward to Dark Souls, but you had an unreasonable expectation of what it was, you only have yourself to blame.
What?
My fans know how I play my games, so people knew.
They know how much I suck already. Okay, guys? You guys need to learn that as well.
What to expect when they watch the videos, okay? Posting a link to my video on 4chan,
Oh, this was before Kiwi Farms, by the way, so there was no Kiwi Farms to share the highlights with, but there was a 4chan. Hell yeah.
Expect when they watch the videos, okay? Posting a link to my video on 4chan, and saying, oh, look, here's an asshole who doesn't know how to play Dark Souls. It's completely off base. It's completely off reference.
It's completely off base. It's completely off reference. People watching clips of him playing are off base and off reference. Okay. This doesn't bother him either, I'm sure.
I'm I'm not playing the game hardcore to be a master of it. So let them come over, and that is my attitude. Let them come over and come shit all over my videos. I don't care. I get paid for views.
Exactly.
So let these people who are going to freak out because they're so fucking ingrained in their fanboyism that this is the best game ever and everyone should be a master of it, let them come over and fucking shit on my videos and let it be. Because I get paid for it, and that's that.
If you really felt that way, we wouldn't need a 47-minute video.
Don't let the hate get to you. You'll only get stronger. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm not going to change. I'm sorry if it disappoints some of you that I'm not going to give you the quality of gameplay you're looking for this style of game, but that's not who I am. That's not what I did.
Okay.
That being said, I'm going to keep playing the game. I'm going to play it tomorrow. Unfortunately, I have bad news. I spent 2 hours today driving around my area looking for the strategy guide for this game. No stores have it. Just as my local GameStop had told me, no one has it. Anyone who had it sold out, and there's just...
I don't know why he's not online shopping at this point. I mean, we're already in online shopping years at this point in 2011, right? In my memory, that is. But he drove around 2 hours trying to get a strategy guide. 2 hours, he claims. That probably means 15 minutes, but...
not available anymore. I went online, and it looks like I may be able to get it, but even then, I'll already be 3 days, 4 days into the game by the time it gets here, so I'm just going to have to wing it. I do know about the Dark Souls wiki. I have been looking at the Dark Souls
The wiki?
wing it. I do know about the Dark Souls wiki. I have been...
Do you know about the wiki?
I'm just going to have to wing it. I do know about the Dark Souls wiki. I have been...
I've never heard anyone in my life call it wiki. I've never heard anyone in my life call it wiki. Honestly. Wiki. Wiki.
I'm just going to have to wing it. I do know about the Dark Souls wiki. I have been...
Wiki? I don't remember that, Mr. Lion X says. Didn't he say there was no wiki back in the day? I don't know. Well, maybe you're saying that just for the wiki. I never heard him say wiki.
At the Dark Souls wiki and found out some stuff. Found out I actually skipped an entire area by accident. That whole church area.
That's how you're supposed to pronounce it? That I don't care. Like, public opinion has changed that then, right? Like, there's some things that's supposed to be pronounced a different way, but eventually if, like, humans just bully grammar, it does change. That does happen. So I think that's the case here, actually. Wiki is correct in my mind.
Which apparently is pretty important to the game. It has lots of items and things that make the game easier. I skipped it by accident because I was being chased by a giant fucking knight and I ran into the next area of the game. So when I do play, I'm probably going to go back there, going to explore that area. I am going to try to level up my strength so that I can wield the Drake Sword with one hand and actually use my fucking shield. So that way I actually can block and I'm not taking massive damage every 2 seconds, which is what's happening right now because I'm
So, okay, interesting. He's going to be doing some stuff off screen.
handing the sword.
And how many gamers get help from the comments? How many common gamers get comments that tell them exactly what to do to handhold them? I'm interested in that, Philip. What'd you say to that?
But I'll close by saying this.
Okay, please. Here's finally we reached the close. Can you believe this video exists, honestly?
Thank you to those, first of all, who stick in there. Thank you to those who defend me. Thank you to those who understand the reason behind my videos. But at the same time, thank you to those who give me constructive criticism. Because there's a difference between, number one, just saying, you suck, you're an asshole, you're not good at this game, I'm better than you. That's the super negative comment.
Don't do that.
There's a neutral comment that also really doesn't have any use and is actually detrimental. A comment like, Phil, you gotta use your shield. What's wrong with you? Why aren't you using your shield? That's why you're losing. If you actually watch the videos, you'd find out I did use my shield.
Yeah, watch part 8, dumb fuck. You must have been watching part 2. If you watch 50 more minutes, you would have got your answer, you dumb fuck.
And then all of a sudden, I found better weapons that were allowing me to kill things much more quickly, but it wouldn't let me wield it as a one-handed weapon and use a shield. That made me force me to use 2 hands, and so I couldn't use my shield. And I couldn't figure out, I even went into stats, I was trying to figure out what level do I need, what stat do I need? I couldn't figure it out from the confusing menu system that's in this game. If you don't put time into learning the menu system, it's confusing as well. So
there's college courses for the menu system in Dark Souls, that is true.
What you should have put in that comment was, Phil, you need a strong...
Oh, here we go. This is what the comment should be.
Confusing as well. So What you should have put in that comment
Here we go.
was Phil. You need
Phil?
a strength level of 16 to hold the Drake sword one-handed. This would allow you to use your shield and the game will be easier. That's the example of constructive criticism.
Oh, yes, he gave an idea. This is the kind of comment he wants. Thank you. Tell me exactly what to do with no opinion attached at all, sir. Thank you.
That's the kind of stuff that I love to see on my videos, because it
Yes.
means that you are watching the playthrough, you're engrossed in it, you're enjoying it, and you want to see me succeed.
You're willing to do research for me and put it into a comment, and I love that. My fans, I love when I see that from my fans.
At something I'm getting stuck at.
Uh-huh.
That's what I like to see, and
All
I
right.
am reading those comments, and that's probably what's going to allow me to progress in this game. Without that kind of criticism, I'll never figure this stuff out, especially without a strategy guide, which I can't buy. I can't fucking find it anywhere that I could be able to get it within the next couple of days. So
Again, I'm not sure the common gamer would buy a strategy guide in 2011. I'm sure a lot of people bought strategy guides, but I wouldn't call them the common gamer, which would insinuate that that's most people, because I don't think most people would buy a guide. But anyways, common gamer, Philip, go ahead.
trolls, stay away, you know? Or if they're trolling, let them keep trolling. It's a view, okay?
Okay.
But please don't leave me these ambiguous comments that kind of want to help but don't explain how. If you're going to
Okay, so trolls go away, but you could also watch. It's a view, but leave nice comments, trolls.
Please don't leave me these ambiguous comments that kind of want to help but don't explain how. If you're going to bother to comment, give me some kind of help, okay?
Oh, okay.
That way, I can succeed at the game, and we'll all get through this. You know what I mean?
Here's a key phrase I've learned. If you want to hate, help first, okay? So even for you trolls out there, if you want to hate, help first. Hate, handhold, help. Those are your three key words, okay, everybody? Hate, handhold, help. There we go.
I'm playing it tomorrow, Friday, probably some on Sunday, probably some on Monday. So I still have several days I'm playing this game. Will I beat it? Probably not. I'm probably not going to beat it by next week. And let's be honest, next week with Batman Arkham City, with some of the other games, I think there's like 3 games coming out next week. I'm probably not going to get back to this in a while. I am planning on eventually beating it if I can. I just don't know when I'm going to get to it. But I'm going to play it as much as I can until next Tuesday. So thank you to all of you who are sticking in there. And that's that. I think I pretty much said everything I have to say about the subject, and I hope I've cleared things up, and I hope that people will continue to watch the
You're going to clear up what? There was nothing to be cleared up except your feelings, sir. No one had anything to be cleared up. What are you clearing up here?
playthrough. If it's not your cup of tea, next week there's going to be plenty of stuff, especially with Batman Arkham City, that's going to be really good. So come back then, okay?
What are we clearing up?
Alright, so I'm DSP. Thanks a lot. Thanks for sticking in for this insanely long channel update, but it needed to be said. We had to talk about Dark Souls, and I will see you for more gameplay this week. Thanks.
Can you believe that video exists? Honestly. A channel update just to print out comments that were defending him because the comments from his first posting of Dark Souls video hurt him that badly. Amazing. Fist of the Snort Star in the house says, how many socks did Phil have on his forum? I wonder. Because he definitely seemed to have a lot of comments that are very Phil-esque. You know what I'm saying? Velvet Raven in the house says, Dark Souls Darvo was not on my bingo card tonight. I was surprised too. That's why I thought it'd be a good topic. I wasn't sure about this topic at first, but once it got in there, I was like, holy shit, there's a lot here. Iwamoto, yeah, sorry. The names are, they fuck up the names, and I gotta learn 2 names for each person. It's annoying. Come on, YouTube. Pull it together. Deadly Penguin says, random question, why is his voice so different now? I think he put more energy into it at this point. He had a little bit more vitality in these days. Now he's less energy. You know what I mean? He doesn't have the same will to live at this point. I mean, these days, back then he still had a little bit more of a drive, Okay, moving on positively here. Let's fucking go. So we have some Twitter about this. The next day, he says, FYI, I am playing Dark Souls right now, okay? Can anyone tell me how to cast a miracle? I have a heal in a slot, but I can't figure out how to use it. Who knew there was a how do I use rations before how do I use rations? It was in Dark Souls. Hell yeah. This is, again, a common gamer doing a normal thing like tweeting out questions for help in a video game. Very normal and common gamer-esque. Someone responds and says, you're going to need a talisman from the same merchant you got heal from. Just equip like normal and press R1 to use it. Allocate it, push up on directional pad, then use by pressing R1. You won't be able to use a weapon while this is selected. You have to get a talisman. Everyone's helping. You need to equip a specific item. As you can see, he's getting a lot of help. Okay, you can see. There it is. Okay, so it's all help. Here's a video I found. You need a talisman. Good luck. Deleted. Let's see. Spam. I'll take a chance. You need a talisman. Okay, there you go. So everyone's helping. Okay. Next in the timeline. An hour after that, DSP says, the Dark Souls playthrough is continuing right now on DSP Gaming. Having a much better time with the game now that I understand more about it. Sending a one-up from across the pond, Phil. Good luck. Can't wait to watch Phil. Nothing really interesting here. There you go, okay? So we get back to it. Now, I will play some more gameplay here, and I bring it up because it's interesting. The title of this, remember, this is the next day from those tweets, okay, guys? Look at this. Part 65, final? His comments on this are... Note, I am using online facts and tips from fans, viewers to figure out what to do in this game. Since without them, I'd be totally lost. So that has now changed. The note has changed to say that he is taking help from people. Okay, just so you know, everybody. All right? This is not toxic reform, Des. Toxic would happen in 2017. We are still 6 years away from Why Am I Toxic? But here we go. This is what could be the last video. Here we go.
Okay, so armor. Yeah, no shit. You're stating the obvious.
Yeah.
Be wary of a flyer. Rating 6. Really? Okay.
Okay, hang on.
Must be flying enemies. Yep. Oh God. There's one right here. I fucked him up.
Nice.
Ooh. Aha, this is what he's talking about.
He's locked on.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah.
Alright, more bugs. Try to poison me, boy?
Oh, interesting accent. You trying to poison me, boy?
Fucking out of healing spells, that sucks.
Alright, no
There's a lot
problem.
of bugs down here, man. They're weak, but... they fucking won't unstick from my legs. The bugs get stuck to your fucking legs, man. This shit's annoying. Can't see nothing.
Can't see nothing.
So I gotta drop down? Can't see where to go here.
76,000
Well, their
views.
dead bodies are blocking the way I'm supposed to go. Look at this.
Uh-huh.
Look at this.
Uh-oh. We're in danger.
I have no idea what just happened.
Okay, we're doing fine. There has to be a reason this is entitled Final.
Why am I poisoned? Oh my god. I
Uh-oh.
got poisoned for standing in this water.
Uh-oh.
I'm fucked. I got poisoned.
Here we
Why am I
go.
poisoned? Oh my god. I got poisoned for standing in
This is poison but not toxic. Okay, guys? Poison but not toxic.
water.
It's a big difference.
I'm fucked.
It's a big difference.
move so slow.
Huh?
Alright, I'm out of the water at least.
Uh-huh. There has to be something to this, you'd think. The dark screen's looking great.
Jesus Christ, dude. I almost ate it right there. I had no idea that
Uh-oh.
this water was gonna poison me. The water poisons you. I'm so fucked.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
My weapon is at risk, huh? Oh, good.
Uh-oh.
That's fucking delightful. That my weapon is at risk. I'm gonna have to equip another weapon. And look, these dead bodies will not disconnect. That is so stupid. Hint. What the fuck is that? Now there's something else new over there.
Yeah, it's a game. Could be having
Oh,
fun.
come on, I'm not even in the water and I got poisoned. Wow, dude, I'm done. That's it. I'm completely done. There's no way I can survive now. It's over.
Could be fine.
I only have one Estus flask left, which I have to use right now. I only have one more cure for poison, right? No, I'm done. I have no more cures for poison. It's over.
It's
And there's still
over,
more
Johnny.
coming. They're still coming, look. There's still more enemies coming. I'm fucked. You
It's
need to have,
over.
like, ridiculous poison resistance to survive this area.
Now it's weird he's just standing here accepting death, by the way. I am accepting my fate.
Still more coming. They're still coming. Holy
Yeah?
shit, dude.
This is like a bitch quit.
I can't see anything. It's pitch black. It's literally pitch black. I don't know what's going on right
Pitch
now.
black. There we go.
I'm poisoned again. It's over. It's
I'm
over.
poisoned
It's too
again.
hard, man. This part is absolutely butt fucking ridiculously hard. Look, I can't even get out. They don't even let you get out of the water. Look, I can't. I couldn't get out of the water.
This is too butt fuckingly hard.
Wow.
Now that's a descriptor.
This is fucking nonsense.
I don't know if I've ever been butt fuckingly hard. Wait, with John's around. John Rambo's around.
I'm dead. Yeah, you need to cross the water, but I don't know what you're supposed to do in this water. Okay.
Oh,
I just
okay.
died for no reason.
There is 3 minutes left in this video. I do not know how this is going to go.
I died for absolutely no reason.
I mean, there was
So
a
there's
reason,
no way for
clearly.
me to survive this without 100 poison healing items, which I don't have. Without
Yeah?
poison resistant armor, which I don't have.
So what's your
I
idea?
have to actually leave this area to go get those things in order to survive.
Uh-huh.
I think it's over, and my sword's gonna break. So I'm ridiculously boned. I don't see any way I can beat this area without going back and backtracking for hours, leveling up other weapons, finding our poison-resistant armor, finding poison healing items. I think I'm done. I don't think I can progress any further in the game.
He's just giving up. That's it. I'm done. Even though he laid out the steps it would take to not be done, he's saying he's done. That's pretty unique. Just fuck it.
Without spending countless hours to do it, which I just don't want to do.
Fuck it. It's like if you're playing A Link to the Past and, you don't have the, let's say, the gloves to pick up a big rock. You're like, all right, fuck it. I'm done. I mean, I could find this stupid glove somewhere, but I'm done, man. That's it. Princess, fuck. Triforce, fuck it. I'm done.
I just don't think, again, well, other games coming out, especially this next week coming up, Batman Arkham City coming out, I just don't think I want to play this game anymore. I think I've reached a point where it's not a bad game, it's too much of a time investment.
And I want to tell you, very interestingly, this was his most viewed playthrough at the time, by far. This is what everyone wanted to see. Everyone's watching this. These videos were getting more views than anything else. And I wonder if it's just because his ego is bigger than view count, and because he was getting so many views at this time. I mean, we're in the millions of views. Was that really just the ego was too big? And that's why he quit this? I mean, it's wild. This was by far his biggest view count vids. It's bad faith watching, but I thought he could put up with it these days at least. But he clearly couldn't. There's still 2 minutes left in this video. Coping, I guess.
It's too much of a difficulty curve for me when I know I'm not going to only invest time in this game. There's other games I want to play, and it's just it's frustrating. Absolutely, it's frustrating because the game isn't bad. It's just too fucking hard. It's just really too fucking hard for the average person. You are not going to want to invest this kind of time and effort into this game. It's not impossible to beat. It's just really fucking
But it is for me.
Hard to beat. So, I don't know. I think I'm going to regroup here. I may or may not resume.
I need to regroup.
I mean, at this point, I'm already going to be busy anyway. For those watching this when it's new, I'm going to New York Comic Con on Saturday, so I'll be busy all day then. Sunday, I've actually got some personal stuff to do. So really, I only had about one more day to play this until I moved on to new games anyway. And maybe I'll just do something else. I don't know. There are other games that came out that I didn't play that maybe I should jump on now. I don't know. So, all right. So unfortunately, that's pretty much it for now for Dead Souls. Dark Souls.
Second time we heard that tonight.
I don't know what else to do in the game without backtracking for hours, which I just don't have any desire to do. When I'm playing a game, I have to, realize if it's a game that I don't like, it's not that I don't like this game, but if there's a game that I don't like and I tough through it, it's because I'm, usually like, okay, if I tough through it, it'll be over in a couple hours. This game, if I tough through this one part and I go back and I get, poison-resistant armor, and I grind.
Does anyone know that plays this game a lot how much it would take for him to get past that part at his current setup? Even though I don't care. I don't know how dented it actually is, but what would it take actually to be ready for this part? Does anyone know?
I get better weapons or whatever, and I come back. There's just going to be another part even fucking harder after this that I'm going to have to spend more time to beat. And for me, this just doesn't lend itself to that kind of playthrough. You know what I mean? You don't want to see me grinding for 700 hours. This playthrough would probably be hundreds of parts. And, yeah, like I said, I just don't want to put that kind of a time investment into this particular game. So, for now, this is probably the last part. But I may or may not come back to it. I guess we'll have to see. But that's it for now.
That's it for now, boys. All right. So, we now have to watch the quick update. We're going for... Someone asked how long we're going for. What time is it now? 10:35. We're going for another hour maximum. As you can see, there's a lot of shit to go through. This is short, though, thank God. We're in the... Since we just rage quit it, and we're not going to... Where I plan to where I plan to end tonight was the first mention of Dark Souls 2. Chew is crying downstairs. Chew is downstairs snoozing, guys. That's why I do these on night hours. These are personal hours, boys, where we can get butt-fuckingly hard together. Oh, excuse me. Anyways, let's go to this one. Here we go.
What's going on, everyone? Dark here, and had two quick things I wanted to talk about. So I didn't necessarily want to make a full channel update, but I did want to make a quick video before I left. So let's talk a little bit. First of all, just so everyone knows, I did play more Dark Souls this week. I got to a certain point in the game where I really felt I just didn't wasn't having fun. I didn't want to continue with the game anymore because it was getting so difficult. And honestly, I thought if I actually played it anymore, I might actually give it an unfair review because I might actually get so frustrated with how difficult it was and the fact that I don't particularly like games that are that difficult to the point where I feel that they actually constitute putting in work that you should get paid for.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Even though he literally was getting paid for playing that game.
I just decided to stop. And when I did do a Hateful Truth review. And I know it's controversial.
Okay, excuse me, that's in the wrong order. We should watch The Hateful Truth, okay, guys? So we do have The Hateful Truth here. This is, you're going to be shocked to learn, this is shorter than the video in which he read the nasty, supportive comments about his playthrough. This is shorter than that. Here we go.
What's going on, everyone? And welcome to another edition of the Hateful Truth game review series. My air conditioner is getting fucking loud as hell, and I'm about to go punch it.
Good thing to keep this in the video, and that is a good way to take care of your air conditioner.
My air conditioner is getting fucking loud as hell, and I'm about to go punch it. Shut up. Okay.
Okay, beautiful.
Sorry about that.
And that's how he does, you know, his tech support with everything around his house, by the way. You just know it.
And today, why not start a unique review with a unique beginning, right? Today we are going to talk about
Oh, it's a planned joke situation.
an extremely unique game. Today we're going to talk about an extremely controversial game. A game that is probably one of the most polarizing games in human history, okay? And I have mixed feelings about it. I'll be honest, I did not beat it. And the reason I did not beat it is because the game requires such a massive investment of time in order to beat it that I actually just, number one, didn't want to invest that much time into this particular game. And number two, I actually stopped having fun with the game.
No.
Now, not to say that that is going to be the case for everyone who plays this game. Just like every Hateful Truth review, we're going to be fair, and we're going to talk about the pros, the cons, we're going to discuss all the aspects of the game, and then I'm going to give you my final opinion on it and how I think it should really be scored when you are comparing it to all the other games out there.
Okay.
And when you are comparing it to what the average gamer is going to be looking for, because that's really what game scores are for. Okay. So, the game we're talking about, if you don't know yet, is Dark Souls, okay? Now, I did get the PlayStation 3 version, which everyone said is the better version. I really don't know if there's any differences between the two console versions, so. But Dark Souls. First thing I want to say is Dark Souls is the spiritual successor or slash sequel to
Please say Dead Souls.
Demon Souls.
Check.
Which came out in 2009, and by many accounts, people said it was probably, they thought it was one of the best role-playing games ever, and Game of the Year for a role-playing game. On the flip side of that, there was a completely different movement.
Son of a
that said,
bitch.
Absolutely not. Demon Souls is just a retardedly hard game. A game shouldn't be judged as good just because it is hard or difficult. That the game wasn't self-explanatory enough. The game was gruelingly hard on purpose, and to the point where it's almost like trolling the player in certain parts where there's no way that you will survive or know what to do without doing it multiple times of trial and error, and or having a strategy guide or having someone hold your hand and tell you exactly what the best way is to beat the game in a certain part, okay?
So it's trolling to be difficult. Go ahead.
So, when Dark Souls was announced, and, you know, I've now been doing gaming full-time for the past year. People jumped on it and said, Phil, are you going to play Dark Souls? And I was on the fence at first, to be completely honest. I really was thinking maybe I shouldn't play it because I know this game's going to take too long to beat. It's going to be a very difficult, grueling game for me. I know I'm no expert. I haven't played Demon Souls. I haven't played a game that's this unforgiving ever, probably, in my life, besides maybe the original Atari and NES games. You know, we're talking back in the day when the difficulty level on some of those games
Example, please.
was insanely high.
Example, please.
So I was on the fence about doing it, but then I said,
We talking about Dragster on the Atari? What are you talking about?
you know what, I know during this time of the year there was a little bit of downtime this particular week. I didn't play it the week that it was released. I played it the week after when it was a little bit slower for new releases. And I played it for 3 days, and after 3 days I can say I've had enough. And I'm going to explain. I'm going to explain and we're going to talk a little bit about it. Okay. So, Dark Souls, what is it? What the hell is up with the difficulty that everyone talks about? Let's get into it, okay? So Dark Souls is an action-oriented role-playing game. Okay, it's not a turn-based.
Uh-huh.
So it's more of along the lines of a dungeon crawler, a hack and slash game, but it's the complete opposite of the common game of that genre. Okay.
Okay, so real quick, I'm gonna hear this sentence again. It's like hack and slash, but it's not like those games that can be described as that. What was it again? Hold on.
It's more of along the lines of a dungeon crawler, a hack and slash game, but it's the complete opposite of the common game of that genre. Okay.
Okay, so it's not like that genre then? It's like a hack and slash, but the opposite of a hack and slash. Okay, well, okay.
Dark Souls is an unforgiving game. Okay, right from the get-go. If you don't learn the controls, where there's a light slash, a heavy slash, a block, a parry, a roll, running, jumping, a plunging,
Moving, attacking.
just jumping off of a high ledge and coming down in midair with a swing. If you don't learn these controls within the first hour of the game, you're pretty fucked. Okay, you're gonna die repeatedly. The first boss in the game comes up relatively early in the game, and his weakness is this plunging attack that if you didn't learn it during the tutorial when they're telling you how to do it, he's probably a lot harder to beat.
No, I didn't, Kyle, but it's like just not so interesting to watch them back to back, Hateful Truth. But like if they're in context like this, I think they can be interesting, but not like just back to back to back.
And the game kicks your fucking ass in regards that, unlike other games where they're kind of forgiving, okay, you're attacking, you can take a couple hits, but then you kill everything. If you get hit just a couple times in this game, you're dead.
Yes.
To the point where some guys can one-hit kill you, a lot of guys can two-hit kill you, and more common enemies usually will 2 to 3-hit kill you. If you get ganged up upon by multiple enemies, you're probably going to die, unless you're really good at controlling spacing and blocking and defending and parrying. You're pretty much going to die.
Yes.
Really what this game is about is being extremely careful, learning and mastering the controls at a relatively quick pace, being able to know how to manage items very, very well, because you're not going to get an excessive amount of any kind of item, and you just basically
sounds pretty fun.
You have to play the game very smart. You have to use common sense to not just rush into groups of enemies. You can't just mash buttons mindlessly to get things to work. And
So now we're getting to the problems of why Philip can't play it.
I learned that the hard way, because the first day that I played Dark Souls, I didn't look anything up. I didn't sit there for hours studying and learning and practicing. I just jumped in and I died 1,000 fucking times, and I got really frustrated about it. Now that being said, some of the difficulty in Dark Souls is intentional, because they really don't tell you how to do a lot of the stuff in the game. Besides the very basic controls, there's a lot of really cryptic stuff that, unless you through trial and error, spend a significant amount of time trying to figure out, if you don't have a strategy guide, or you don't use an online wiki or whatever to figure the stuff out.
He said it again.
Figure out. If you don't have a strategy guide, or you don't use an online wiki or whatever to figure.
If you don't use an online wiki, guys, use your online wikis.
Figure the stuff out. It's going to take you an insane amount of time to figure it out, making the game insanely difficult.
Okay.
For example, one of the most basic things you ever do in a role-playing game is cast a magic spell. In Dark Souls, it's never explained how to do this.
What?
It's never explained that there's particular vendors you can buy spells from. Then you have to make sure that your faith level and your intelligence rating are high enough to use that particular spell. Then you have to equip the spell in a attunement slot, which is another stat that you need to have in order to get that slot. And then you have to get a talisman and equip the talisman in your hand and switch that hand over to that particular talisman in order to finally cast the spell. Never is this explained in the game. And so if you're an outsider who's never played this game, you're going to have no fucking clue what the hell's going on or how to do particular things in this game. The game expects you, it actually requires you to dedicate hours to figuring out how to do certain things, unless, like I said, use a strategy guide or a FAQ or a wiki, or in my case,
or a wiki. This is really how he thinks you should pronounce this, guys. It's wiki.
Unless, like I said, use a strategy guide or a FAQ or a wiki, or in my case, I have fans who are telling me how to do certain things.
And I'm even asking them on Twitter to how to do certain things.
So, it's pretty fucking hard to figure out a lot of basic things in this game that in other games would be more commonplace and easier to figure out, or just literally spoon-fed to you during the game.
Yes.
You know, this is...
That's what he's looking for.
This game wants you to figure it out.
I'm 1.5 in this. This is 110,000 views, by the way.
So, okay? Now, just because all that, what I'm talking about, doesn't mean the game is bad by any means. What I'd like to talk about are a lot of the things I enjoy about the game. A lot of the unique things about this game that I think make it actually different from other games, and the reason why it's a selling point for the game, why people would want to play this game. And then I'm going to talk about a lot of the things that I didn't like about the game, okay? So, what do I like about the game? I like the fact that if you think before you act, you get rewarded, okay? Not rushing into a group of 5 people, but instead maybe using an arrow
That also was the game's biggest downfall
to just
for
draw one of
Philip.
them and kill them off one at a time. Figuring out how to kill a boss that maybe is really difficult, and you figure out that important strategy and how to kill it. That kind of stuff is intelligent gameplay. This is not one of these mindless games or pattern games like a lot of other hack and slash RPGs where all you do is, oh, click, oh, here we go, I'm playing, oh, he's not dead yet, okay, oh. You're never going to be able to do that successfully in Dark Souls. You're going to get your ass handed to you on a silver platter, and you're going to die repeatedly, okay? And, you know, that's a good thing. In the regards that I think a lot of the games...
That's a good thing. Here comes Emma's butt again, guys.
Games today are getting really dumbed down, and I think a lot of people are sick of that. They like the throwback to the
Here
old
it
games where you really
comes.
had to figure stuff out. Nothing was explained to you. You can spend time with the game and feel like, you know,
Get
okay,
ready.
I spent 80 hours playing Dark Souls, but I feel real good because I was smart enough to figure everything out in the game and beat all the hardest shit, and I survived it, and now I feel accomplished, okay?
Ready?
That's one of the cool things about it.
Here we go.
The boss fights...
Oh, wait. He's still got to finish the pros first. Then we'll get there. Hold on.
Are fucking fun as hell because the bosses range from just like larger versions of cool looking enemies to giant fucking epically sized bosses. The bosses are unique, and every boss fight is different in some way. Some boss fights are way different than others, and the music during these boss fights, everything is epic about them. I really enjoy fighting the bosses in this game. Even when they kicked my ass repeatedly, I still liked fighting them, okay? The graphic design. Now, it runs on the Havoc engine, which has been around for a while. So the graphics aren't anything to go gaga over, but it's still pretty impressive. And for a role-playing game, the number of locales, the variety in the graphic design, the variety in the enemies, a lot is to be said here that this game, they really put a lot of polish and a lot of time into it, okay?
Okay.
That's a cool thing about it.
That is cool.
The other thing that I actually like this about the game, but I think it also is a detriment, but I like it in particular, is that it's an open world. It's not like other RPGs where you know exactly what you're supposed to be doing at all times because you can't...
He's going to call that a negative, though, later, isn't he?
...go anywhere else until you beat this certain dungeon. In this case, you can find ways to wander into the wrong place with enemies that are just way hard for you to beat without you having certain equipment or whatever. And, yeah, I like that open world aspect. It really makes you feel like you're in an interactive world and you need to figure shit out for yourself. The game never...
It seems like it would almost be satisfying and give you a sense of accomplishment if you did figure that world out. That's what the vibe I'm getting.
...never actually point you in the direction of where you're supposed to go, which is another reason why most people probably turn to strategy guides, wikis, and online tutorials to figure out exactly what they're supposed to be doing with this game.
Again, most people, okay?
Now, I do want to talk about something that's very unique about this game. It's not something in particular that I delved into too much, simply because it can make the game a lot harder in some cases. This game has unique online play, okay? First of all, if you just connect your PlayStation and or Xbox to the internet, during the course of the campaign of the game, you will see messages that are actually written on the ground from other players, and these messages will say different things that can either help you or hurt you, depending on if that person was actually intentionally trying to help you, or maybe
just
they were
wait.
just trying to actually be malicious and fuck up your gameplay, okay? And, you know, an example would be sometimes you'll be on a ledge and it'll say, hey, treasure here. Oh, really? Well, let me jump off the ledge and find it. And then you die because there was no treasure. The guy was just fucking with you.
That guy's a hero.
But more often than not, these messages are pretty useful. Like, oh, there is a bonfire ahead. And so you look around, oh, there was a hidden wall here, and I found the bonfire through the wall, okay? In addition to that, there are segments where you can see how people died by touching a blood stain on the ground. You can actually see people who are really playing the game online right now have just died in a certain area, and so you
Yeah.
can be a little bit careful or wary of doing that same mistake. Also, you can see ghosts of other people who are playing near bonfires or other areas. So if you're in an area and someone else that is actually playing the game near you, you can see them there, which is pretty neat. They can't interact with you, but you have the ability to actually travel into other people's games in which you are basically harvesting the currency of the game, which is souls, and you can help them to actually beat bosses, and you get cool things for doing that. You know, items and things.
I'm kind of getting bored. Let's get to the negatives. Okay, here we go. He's trying to, like, it's all like fake, trying to get people to not hate his review too much, you know, because let's say some positive. Here we go.
And now, we're going to move on to the parts where I talk about things I don't like about the game, my honest feelings about the game as a common gamer, not as a fucking hardcore person, you know, who plays this kind of game all the time, dedicates a ridiculous amount of time to one game.
Go ahead.
And, I know I'm probably going to get a lot of flame for it. I mean, the first day I played this
Told you he's worried about getting flame for this.
game, and I didn't learn everything ahead of time. I took a lot of shit for it. But you know what? It has to be said. It's honest. It's truthful. And this is how the common person is going to feel about this game. And
There we go.
Because I'm sure a lot of people have heard about this game, and they're kind of apprehensive. Should I get it or should not? Is it something I'm going to get fucking pissed off about that I wasted $60 on? Or is this the kind of game that maybe there's a chance that I'll like it? You know, would the common gamer like this game? All right? So here are the things I don't like about the game. The fact that a lot of things aren't explained to you. And I'm not talking about, oh, the secret treasure or the way to fight to kill this boss, stuff like that. Okay, that's the kind of stuff you should have to figure out during a game.
Yes.
Okay? But not how do you use a simple magic spell being so complicated and never explained anywhere in the game. Not explaining critical functions of a game that are necessary to win, I don't agree with. I think that at least the game should explain to you what you're supposed to be doing, okay? And like I said, there is an open world. That's nice. But for people who aren't trying to play this game like an MMO, you know what I mean? A massively multiplayer online game where it is an open world and you
thanks
can go
for explaining
anywhere.
that.
A lot of people for console games don't like that aspect. They would rather know where they're supposed to be going, or at least have a general idea of what they're supposed to be doing. While this game does not give you that at all. All they say is, go ring 2 bells. Good fucking luck figuring out where they are or what you're supposed to do. When you get there, just fucking go out there and kill shit. And that's all you're told, okay? The difficulty, okay? It's grueling. It's difficult. Now, there's 2 different kinds of difficulty. There's difficulty because there's a sharp learning curve, and then there's a difficulty because the game makers were fucking malicious. This game...
Ooh, are they malicious or it's a sharp learning curve? Interesting difference there. I'm not quite sure I understand the difference. But okay, there's one kind of difficulty where the game takes a sharp learning curve, and there's other games where the game makers are malicious. Okay, I'm interested in this. Let's hear what this means.
The game has both, okay?
Oh, both.
Yes, there is a very strong learning curve in learning the controls and learning the way the world works and that kind of stuff. But for the most part, here's how you succeed in the game. You play apprehensively. You play carefully. You gotta think, like, if I were in real life, would I want to fight 5 guys at once or 1 guy?
I would do 0 guys and just cry and say I'm an alcoholic.
And you play it carefully.
Oh.
And most of the time, if you play with common sense, you will succeed.
Okay,
the things
good.
that piss me off about the game are things that have nothing to do with common sense. Things that are traps. Things that are meant to intentionally fuck you and make you have to replay multiple times things that you've already sped through and already beaten, but you have to beat them over and over and over to get to the next part.
Yes.
And there will be times when you will instantly die, and you're like, well, now I know that I instantly die that way.
That's the point of it.
There was no way for me to know that before, but now I have to replay 15 minutes of gameplay to get back to where I was, okay? And that's fucking frustrating as hell, dying just for the sake of dying, for the sake of trial and error, until you figure out, should I have done X or should I have done Y here? And you say, oh, I should have done Y, but there was no way for me to learn that without dying and having to replay stuff, okay?
So that's malicious, I think.
Now, another thing that pisses me off about the saving system and the soul system. The way the game works is the more things you kill, you earn souls.
Yeah.
And the souls are used for multiple things. You can buy things from vendors like weapons and items. You can level up your weapons and armor at blacksmiths. You can level up your character at bonfires. Bonfires are fires that you find, that allow you to save your game. And I like aspects of it and I don't like
bonfires are types of fires.
aspects of it. What I like is every time you find a bonfire, you automatically replenish all your healing items. That's cool. I like that. What I don't like is you automatically respawn every enemy in the game except for the uniques and the bosses. Okay?
Yeah, just give me the good stuff and not the negative stuff, game, you dumb fuck. Just give me all my healing items back. Don't bring back the enemies. Jesus, game.
So, you just spent 40 minutes to find this fucking bonfire.
Yeah.
Yes, I finally did it. And now every enemy you just killed has reappeared. And it could really be frustrating. Because the problem is the game doesn't have a lot of bonfires. The bonfires aren't very frequent. The ones that you find are few and far between, and a lot of the times what the game ends up doing is giving you paths back to previous bonfires, so that if you die, you can respawn from that bonfire and then come back. The problem being, a lot of the times you have to grind through dozens of enemies to get back to where you were when you died. And you might say, well, why do you need to get back to that exact place where you died? And the answer is, like I said, you gain souls as you kill things, and that's the currency of the game. It's necessary to get souls to succeed in this game and do anything in this game, but when you die, you lose them all, okay? You lose every soul that is on your body, and what happens is a green mist appears where you die. So now you have to go back to whatever previous bonfire you touched, and from there, fight your way back to where you were and touch the green mist. And I could understand that if there was a checkpoint system, meaning, okay, you died halfway
checkpoint system
in the dungeon, so the checkpoint is at the beginning of the dungeon, get to the center of the dungeon again and get your souls back. But it's not. It's go back to the previous bonfire, which could literally be 10 minutes away from the beginning of the dungeon, and then you have to get from the beginning of the dungeon to where you were, and it's so frustrating to have to repeatedly do this over and over, because as I said...
He wants checkpoints in between checkpoints, guys. Please. It makes sense. Checkpoints are bonfires, but we need checkpoints in between bonfires, guys. Please.
So forgiving, and when you first come up against certain areas and certain obstacles, you will die repeatedly. And, you know, dying repeatedly is going to piss you off because you have to keep going back and grinding back the shit you've already beaten to get to where you were. And it really is frustrating, that repetition aspect, especially for people who think, you know, their time is precious. My time is precious. I don't want to replay the same... where you were. And it really is frustrating, that repetition aspect, especially for people who think, you know, their time is precious. My time is precious. I don't want to replay the same part of the game 42 times just because there's another obstacle that I need to learn how to beat, and then I die the first time, go back, pass that one, then die another one, go back, and you just keep replaying that same part of the game over and over and over until you finally get to the next bonfire. It's extremely time-consuming, frustrating, and for me, boring. And that's really where...
That's the problem.
I want to go next with this review is the difference between what I feel is challenge in a game and actually becoming hard work, something considered actual work, and the difference between having fun and putting in time and feeling accomplished, okay? Dark Souls, for me, is a kind of game that it's work, meaning it's so hard, okay? And keep in mind, I'm not a hardcore gamer. Like I said, I don't usually play games like this, you know? I play everything, but I don't usually play games that are this hard. I didn't play Demon's Souls. So maybe it is actually even harder for me because I didn't have a background in what kind of a game this was going to be. But
he didn't have a background. He didn't have his, he didn't get a bachelor's degree in these kind of games, guys. You know that.
That being said, for me,
Shoutouts.
the fact that you have to, you died, go back to a bonfire, grind for another 10 minutes to get back to where you were, that's work. That's repetitive, boring, not fun to have to repetitively do this kind of stuff over and over and over because they decided to make this game so hard, okay? For some people, they would actually probably feel accomplished and say, wow, I got past this part that I was stuck on for 2 hours, that feels great. For me, having to replay the same thing for 2 fucking hours straight isn't my idea of fun. And when I play a video game, okay, I expect a video game, unless it is a competitive video game and I'm participating in an actual tournament or competition, a video game is something that's supposed to be sat down, learn, sure, there has to be some kind of a period of learning, but then played and enjoyed, okay? And repetition to the point of how much Dark Souls makes you repeat certain things, unless, of course, you're using a strategy guide so you know exactly what you're supposed to do, or you found some exploits, you have godlike armor now and you don't die and stuff like that.
He thinks that should be a normal thing, is to find exploits, to have godlike armor, and so you don't die and stuff like that. That would make it more fun. That's the authentic experience you want. Very interesting.
The repetition makes the game boring, and it actually makes the game become what I consider
Just give me godlike armor and weapons so it's not a challenge. Then it could be fun for me, guys.
You're putting in so much time, so much dedication to beat this game and to be good at it that it's not proportionate to the amount of fun that you get out of the game. Now, that's my opinion. There may be people that like this kind of thing. They maybe actually think that the common game is too easy. They like challenging things. For me, I have no problem with challenge, but I think Dark Souls is challenging to the point where if I'm going to put in this much time and effort and repetition, I'd rather go do something else. I would. Maybe I'd like to go fucking learn something that could actually help me in the real world. You know what I mean? If I'm going to put in this many hours of time and dedication into something...
Again, sir, this, like he likes to say so many times, this was how he was making his money. He was literally doing work while playing the game. That was literally his work. That's what he was doing for income. So... if there was ever a person that should be able to put up with the difficulty levels of putting in the work, it could be someone that, yes, Deadly Penguin, was making more than $10K a month playing a game. This was a game that was getting him the most money, by the way, during this time, before Skyrim came around. This was making him the most money. But yet, his ego was too large and couldn't handle the bad comments. The pasta maker says, if it's but folkeingly, the hardness is implied. Thank you, the pasta maker. I got you there. But folkeingly. Got it.
I want to get something out of it. And
hate to say it, but 99.9% of the people that play Dark Souls don't get paid for it like I am, because I get paid when people watch my videos.
Yes.
Most people are going to say, no, this game, it requires too much fucking effort to beat it. And
How did you come to that conclusion then when you're not like them?
I don't know. I mean, I really think that indifferent people will like this game. There is an audience for this game. People who like these extremely hard, challenging games. They don't mind buying one game for $60 and playing it for 2 months. You know what I mean? They'll play it for 2 months and say, wow, that was a great game. For me, I want to play all the cool games. I have to get onto other games. I don't have the time to dedicate to one fucking game just because the game makers felt that this game had to be as difficult as it is. And that's another thing that I do want to say. I really feel that From Software, the designers of this game, really made the selling point of the game that it is so hard and unforgiving. Honestly, outside of that, what is very unique about Dark Souls? I mean...
Okay, just... in this very same video, DSP said it was like a hack and slash, but then was the opposite of what other people would say a hack and slash is. And he said it was also very unique. So I'm interested on where he's going to go with this one. What's unique about it?
Honestly, outside of that, what is very unique about Dark Souls? I mean, it's a dungeon crawler. You fight bosses. You use magic. You use healing items. You've played games like this before. Honestly, the only unique thing about the game is that it's so fucking difficult that you will spend a ridiculous amount of time learning it and having to play it completely differently from any other video game that you've played. So, is that enough to sell a game? You know what I mean? You just paid $60.
It clearly was, by the way, but go ahead.
To spend 80 hours playing a difficult game. But is that enough? For me, I judge a game off of everything. Innovation, gameplay, but fun factor is also a major part. And for me, unless I'm, winning at a game, I'm not necessarily having fun. Now, again, some people would like to spend 80 hours to beat this game and then they get the fun out of it. For me, 80-hour investment into one game just to beat it is too much. It's work. It's considered work. And so for me, for a person like me, you're probably going to think this game is not a good investment. You're going to say, well, it's okay, it's good to a point, but then when you finally get to the most difficult parts, like for me, when I got to Blight Town, which is a part of the game where it's so hard, okay, you're fighting completely unique enemies,
You're the place he quit.
never fought anything like that before, they're killing you with only a couple hits, you get poisoned every time you get hit, you only have limited
When you fall in the water.
items to cure the poison, then later on, you end up walking into a bog, which is unavoidable, which poisons you while you're in there, and it's just like, it's enough. It's enough. I've had enough. To the point where I don't want to invest any more time into this game. I know it's going to take me another 4 hours to get through this part of the game, and I'm just not getting enough reward out of this game. I'm not getting enough fun factor that it's worth it for me to grind through this fucking bullshit and get to the next part of the game, and that next bonfire, and keep playing. So...
Not enough reward. Really, there has to be more rewards and mini goals to hit for him. Make it more like a mobile game, if you could, next time. As DSP said, the developers were Bandai. So please, Bandai, make a better game, okay?
It's a unique style of game. I understand the people who would like it. But the common person probably isn't going to want to put up with the amount of difficulty that this game requires, the amount of repetition and work that this game requires to beat it. So honestly, for me, in comparison to all the other games that I've played, and especially the games recently, Dark Souls is not a bad game. In fact, it's a good game. In fact, in some parts, it's a great game. When you figure out how to do something that's difficult, or when you kill a really big cool boss, you actually say, yes, this is great. But then, you kind of get disappointed. You're like, fuck.
He's admitting he does have the sense of accomplishment when he does defeat difficult things.
You actually say, yes, this is great. But then, you kind of get disappointed. You're like, fuck. Now I gotta spend another couple hours figuring out where to go. Now I gotta spend another couple hours grinding through a new dungeon till I get...
He just wants the dopamine hits. Just keep the hits coming. Just let me pull through stuff and get the quick hits and gotcha. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's looking for. He just wants the win, 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 win. Like endless wins, or it's not fun. That's wild.
Get to another place where I can say, ah, that felt good. And for me, those spots are too few and far between. So... for me, in comparison to all the other games that I've played this year, I'm going to be honest, I'm actually going to give Dark Souls an 8. An 8.
8 out of 10. Sorry I didn't pause it so you could guess. He gave it an 8 out of 10. after all that bitching, and he literally quit playing.
Out of 10. And I know you were all expecting me to probably slam the game and say that it's a bad game. It's not a bad game by any means. It's just a fucking hard-ass game to play. For me, it's not Game of the Year. And I know a lot of people might disagree. It's going to be those people who love this style of difficult game and unique gameplay in that, you know, it is so difficult. But for me, the fact that the game is difficult doesn't make it a game that makes it so amazingly good. I think that's good to appeal to that niche audience, and some people are going to love it for that, but definitely the common person is not going to love it for that. So for me, judging off a fun factor, the fact that the common person won't want to invest the amount of repetition and work that it takes to beat this game, I can't give it any higher than an 8, okay?
Alright. It's an 8.
So that's Dark Souls in a nutshell. I hope that you now have a more fair and balanced understanding of what this game is. And if it is for your forte to go out there and spend $60 to
if it is for your forte,
spend 80 hours on a game and repetitively die, and you're okay with that as long as you can eventually overcome it, this is your game. But if you're the kind of person like me who doesn't want to put ridiculous amounts of work into a video game, something you're supposed to be doing, that you're not competing, you're not trying to win money doing this, you're just playing a single player game, a campaign, and you don't want to put that kind of investment into it, this isn't going to be your game. And I get the feeling that probably it's like an 80-20 split. 20% of people will love it, 80% of the people will not want to play this game.
Okay.
So,
Jesus, I was looking at the game of who won the game of the year in 2011. That's a hell of a year. Elder Scrolls Skyrim won, by the way, and you got it. You know that's got to win. But there's also Arkham City, Portal 2, Dark Souls, Gears of War 3, Gears of Gear 3. That's some hype games.
An 8 out of 10 could be better, but the selling point is that it's difficult, so it is what it is. And some people will say it's Game of the Year, and some people will hate it. I see things kind of, from a unique light, and I think that it's a great game, but it's definitely not a Game of the Year contender because of what it is. Okay? So that's it. And I'm sorry I didn't get to beat the game. I know I really wanted to, but
it's an 8 out of 10 that I don't want to play anymore.
At one point, like I said, I got to Blighttown, I said, no mas, enough. I put enough time and frustration into the game. I know I could keep going, but I just have other things I want to do. There's other things coming up.
Honestly, to rate a game 8 out of 10, I kind of feel like it's not too much to ask that it makes you feel positively enough about the game that you want to finish it. I mean, an 8 out of 10, man. I mean,
I don't want to invest any more time. I'm not getting enough out of the game for me to play it.
So that impossible to be an 8 out of 10, if that's your thoughts.
But I still wanted to give you an idea of what I felt about the game so that you know whether or not you should make
8 out of 10
on your list. Okay? So that's it for the Hateful Truth game reviews this time around. Thanks a lot.
We made it through. That was the last long video, by the way. Let's see some comments here. If you get ganged up upon and don't know how to manage space, you're basically dead. Looks at shirt. What's the shirt? Oh, okay. That's not bad comment. A little bit denty, but not bad. I don't mind that. I have played a lot of turn-based RPGs, and when my buddy told me I should get this game because of the challenge, I said to him, sure, why not? When I started the game for the first time, I noticed the orange text on the ground telling me what the basic controls were. Preparing yourself. He's saying the game is good, by the way. That's what he's saying. Incompetence is an extremely annoying thing to watch. I agree. The game makers were malicious. Death in the game is a learning experience, and if you were playing the same section for 2 hours, you obviously didn't learn anything. That's what makes the game so great. It's rewarding for your efforts. This guy's a mouth drooler, clearly. Let's see. What I found wrong with this review is my last thing I'll read from this one. What, did you think Demon's Souls was hard on accident? It isn't Call of Duty or Skyrim. It doesn't hold your hand and expects you to actually use your brain. A game cannot be judged as bad or terrible for just being hard. Do you want to have it be super easy and just be able to do everything without breaking a sweat? Yeah, everything can kill you. You need to make sure you are safe with your shield up and knowing how to dodge. Then they don't tell you how to do everything because, again, you need to figure it out on your own. You need to read notes that are left by other players. I figured out how to do magic and miracles because I used my brain. Well, I know Petra sells miracles and talismans, so the talisman can probably cast miracles. And I think about it. Gestures take place of voice chat. Oh, Yeah. You look at the player and use the beckon gesture. So what if the game doesn't explain how to do it? Game, you want to go through Sen's Fortress? Yeah. Left, right, left, up, down, right, up, and out the door. Come visit again. And also about the magic spells, figure it out. They give you hints and tips on how to do stuff. Dying is learning. You know the area and you know how to avoid death, such as Sen's Fortress. You know after the mage hits you that you need to avoid his hits or hit him off. Well, usually when you get to the bonfire, you're going ahead, not right back to all the enemy. Oh, you got it. He's explaining. He's trying to debunk Philip there. There you go. Okay. Next up, we will get to the Dark Souls End quick update. This was clearly recorded on the same day, so let's hear this.
And when I did do a Hateful Truth review.
Yes.
And I know it's controversial, Phil didn't beat the game, but he still reviewed it. I recommend you watch the review with an open mind. And I really did try, in relation to all the other games that are out this year, I really did try to rate Dark Souls fairly.
Thank you, Philip.
Truth review. So check that out. And I know the question's going to come up, well, Phil, you stopped playing Dark Souls. Are you ever going to go back to it? Because basically you're kind of dropping this playthrough in the middle. The answer is I don't know. If there's always a possibility that I may go back. But the fact of the matter is I'm at this point of the game where it's so hard that I can't even progress. I'd actually have to go back to get better weapons, to grind more, to get more items in order to even go back and then progress again in the game. Do I really feel like spending hours doing that before I can even have a chance?
You could just start over,
to succeed and progress in this dungeon that I'm in? Not particularly. So we'll see if I ever do go back to it. I'm probably not going to trade it in. I'll probably keep it just in case. But it is what it is. You know, that kind of game we knew kind of that was going to be so fucking hard.
And he made sure you knew about his thoughts before the playthrough started, like I showed tonight.
The truth of the matter is I didn't rage quit. It wasn't rage that made me quit.
Ew, what would you call it then, sir?
It was just having no more interest in playing it. I wasn't having enough fun. I didn't want to go.
Interest quit. So that's an 8 out of 10 in his scale, and it was an interest quit. Some are saying Cope quit.
Spend 2 hours of work with the possibility of coming back and maybe have some more fun with the game. So
okay.
That's that. Check out the review, okay?
Okay, we will do so. There we go. 8 out of 10. Couldn't finish it. Now, remember they were saying they're going to New York Comic-Con? Well, surprisingly, they get some Dark Souls talk in the car with John Rambo together with us.
Graphics going on. Yeah, it says Arkham City at the end of it.
Batman, Arkham City.
So
Batman, fuck your mother. 10/18/11.
Dark Souls.
Dark Souls.
Batman.
That's not Dark Souls.
Batman in Dark Souls 3.
There's an LA Noire band. That's pretty funny. No one cares about that game anymore.
Okay.
I'm in the perfect lane. Victory is mine.
Walking Dead.
All right.
So this is John and OJ. OJ would play Mario in Project 7, as we went over 2 weeks ago. That was in the car here. Moving on, they can't stop talking about Dark Souls.
All right, so it is 7:59 a.m. John and I are in the car. We are en route to OJ's place from my place. And we've already strategically avoided a traffic jam due to construction.
My masterful driving.
Here on the highway.
Actually drove over other people's cars.
Yes. We did one of those crazy, like,
Smoking the Bandit.
Yeah, exactly. Smoking the Bandit.
This was, you could see an updated version of this in the Dented Zone by Kino Casino. This was the original one. Before Andy was around, there was a John Rambo around, and this is a similar situation.
The car stunt where we hit a ramp and flew over all the other cars and landed perfectly in front of them.
Yes.
So anyway, here we are en route to New York Comic Con 2011. And I know people like these little road logs, so we'll do a couple here.
Road logs.
And
Half asleep.
half asleep.
They love it.
I'm fresh off of quitting my Dark Souls playthrough.
Oh, yeah?
It's one of the most controversial decisions
I'm gonna
ever
bring you home right now.
in the history
You're
of
not coming
gaming.
to Comic-Con. I'm going to drop you off.
Oh no.
See?
I'm going to go enjoy New York City and Comic-Con. You could play Dark Souls.
Oh, okay.
What do you think about that?
So you mean instead of having fun being in this car, cool road trip, going to New York Comic Con, checking out all kinds of cool stuff, I could be home playing Dark Souls on my 57th gaming hour?
Yes.
Excellent.
It's more important.
All right. So anyway,
There you go.
yes, quit Dark Souls last night. Everyone's really flipping out. Too bad. Tough shit.
Controversy.
You can't review a game you didn't beat.
No,
You
that's
didn't
like it.
play 100 hours.
Remember, there's the comments that he was trying to avoid when he gave you that 47-minute video. He got some of those comments again. Oh, no. But they don't bother him, okay? They don't bother him. He just wants to share them with Rambo.
You can't review a game you didn't beat. You didn't play 100 hours of gameplay, eh?
This or not, there's like actual controversies going on in the world that are quite important. There's things like protesting going on in Wall
Protests? Oh, pshaw. Wall Street? That's child's play. None of those people who are protesting on Wall Street have ever beaten Dark Souls, okay?
Uh-huh. There now. How many of you beat Dark Souls? Future one.
How dare you protest? You don't have a frame of reference to protest until you beat Dark Souls.
So there are actual things going on in the world that you might want to get upset about. Except for, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, so Philip would, as Ninja Tech is saying, he would, you know, complain about gaming journalists rating games before they beat them, but that would be a few years later. He was before he had that stance here, okay? This is when he apparently could play 25% of the game, quit it because he wasn't interested in it, and still give it an 8 out of 10, which seems strange to me, but...
That the economy sucks.
Right.
And we're going to be waiting in lines to try to do anything today at Comic-Con.
If you want to play Dark Souls, you can play Dark Souls. You can buy the game, you play the game.
Yo, if they have a Dark Souls setup at Comic-Con, I should totally like shit on it.
I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think they will, but that would be hilarious if they did. I'd be like, what the fuck is this game?
Hilarious.
So what's the plan? You're trying to get to some panels today?
Well, here's what I'm thinking. This is my rough plan, okay?
This is New York Comic Con 2011. He is going here as a free man, I believe. Do they have a New York Comic Con panel? I don't think so. Hitting the con floor. Yeah, this is when they didn't have a panel. This is when they just go for fun. They're just free men, okay? So this is, let's see. He goes in line. Here we go, yeah.
It is 10 a.m. here at New York Comic Con. About 10 lines.
So he's just showing the shit about it's just a trip for him, okay? Just a trip. But there we go. There is one more part of this.
Holy shit.
Responsibility. All right, hold on.
Wow.
3 years old. Going back?
What a saga.
Yeah. All right. Why did you set this up before I got in the car?
I did. It falls down.
Alright, so this is hour 10 of me not playing Dark Souls.
Dark Souls.
He cannot stop talking about Dark Souls.
Dark Souls.
Thank you.
That's gonna be the running joke all day today, Dark Souls.
Uh-huh.
What, do people with black shoes?
Are you going to the Dark Souls panel?
There's a Dark Souls panel, but no one's gonna attend because they're all at home playing Dark Souls for 42 hours to grind for the next level. So
Hilarious stuff here, man. Awesome.
Is it that
Great.
crazy?
Oh, it's fucking retardedly hard, man.
I heard it was fun, though.
It's fun to a point.
It's not fun, OJ. I don't know where you heard that slander.
I have. You can borrow it.
But when you finally
Fuck off, you OJ.
retardedly hard, man.
I heard it was fun, though.
It's fun to a point.
I have. You can borrow it.
But when you finally get fed up, like I got fed up last night, I just don't want to play it anymore. I just got
That being said, I do think it's an 8 out of 10, OJ.
like to the point where it's just not fun anymore.
Take the hutch.
Yeah, taking the hutch. This becomes the hutch.
Yeah.
Guys, can we get back to talking about Dark Souls?
Much. Probably do another video when we get there, and we'll show you the venue and such. So we'll be back.
Guys, any more Dark Souls talk? Okay, moving on. Now we have the week in preview. This is, again, the week after he quit Dark Souls.
All right. Real quick, what did I do in this past week? Well, primarily the main game that I played this past week was Dark Souls, and as you know, one of the most controversial playthroughs I've ever done, simply because when I started to play the game, I didn't do any prior research or anything like that, just like I never do, and Dark Souls is such an unforgiving and not really self-explanatory game that if you don't do some additional work, or if you're not paying attention, you don't master the controls within the
Additional work.
first hour of the game can really kick your ass. And so the first day I played it, didn't really play it properly, got my ass handed to me, even though I did get fairly far and killed a bunch of bosses.
I did get fairly far. I beat a bunch of bosses.
As I played it further into the week, I learned the combat. I learned all the ins and outs of the game. That really, it was harder to figure out if you didn't look them up. A lot thanks to fan participation and fans watching that first batch of videos and giving me pointers, and a lot of me looking up stuff on online wikis and such.
And the wikis. It was the wikis. They were a great help.
Could not find the physical strategy guide for Dark Souls anywhere in my state near me.
Shout outs to the wikis.
Then finally, as it came to near the end of the week, I just got fed up with the game. The game got extremely difficult, just laying on layer after layer of fucking retardedly difficult waves of different things. Whether it was a new enemy that you didn't learn how to fight and could kill you at 1 to 2 hits, whether it was everything poisoning you, whether it was you getting lost like crazy.
And remember, what's funny about this is we've heard this same shit now how many times? 5 or 6 times? And then he gets pissed when people don't watch all of these. You know, clearly you guys didn't watch the last week in preview. When you're saying that, you idiots, I clearly talked about this already. Yeah, you're saying the same thing about 14 times so far. How many times have we heard this?
It was just too much, and I stopped having fun with the game. And when you stop having fun with the game, to the point where you know you're not going to beat it anytime soon.
So how can you rate that a 8 out of 10 experience?
Like not even halfway through the game yet. And you're not having fun, it's just time to stop, because to keep playing is not only going to torture yourself, but for playthrough purposes, people don't want to just see me having a horrible time playing this game, and I just wasn't interested in it anymore.
He was getting the more views than any other gameplay he had at the time, by the way. For this.
And I'm sure for a lot of people, you know, that's not going to be the case. They like that style of game. I don't. For me personally, I don't think it's the kind of game that even lends itself to a very good playthrough because of that. So, anyway...
Had more views than anything else he was playing at the time. For some reason, he doesn't bring it up here because he just doesn't want to play it that bad, I guess.
Ended up stopping playing Dark Souls during the week, and will I ever pick it up again? I don't know. That's up in the air. It may or may not, but I'm not really making a decision on it at this point, okay?
All right.
In addition to that, on Tuesday...
Okay, we're not getting into that. Channel update a week after that.
I was doing there and take them out, but I can't because I die instantly because I don't have that armor upgrade anymore, okay? There are idiots, yeah, I'm going to say it, idiots, in the comments of some of these videos, and also voting thumbs down, even though thumbs down doesn't do anything. Like, I don't understand why people even bother, because thumbs up, thumbs down doesn't affect the video. It doesn't not give it a chance to be viewed, you know what I mean?
Should be pretty easy to ignore them then, huh, King?
It doesn't erase a view, it doesn't hurt me in any way, it just makes you waste your time. So I don't understand why people do thumbs up, thumbs down anyway.
So you shouldn't worry about it then, huh?
But in the comments, people are saying, "Ooh, Phil, you didn't use the cover system, Phil. Oh my God, Phil. How did you forget to use the cover system? The cover system is integral. It's the alpha and omega of human revolution gameplay. How could you not use the cover system, Phil? Why aren't you using the cover system?" And then someone else was like, "Oh, there's praxis points at the beginning of the DLC that you missed, Phil. You missed the praxis points. How could you play this game so badly? It makes the game look bad. Oh." You know, it's the fucking fanboy nerd rage that I love and hate at the same time. It's absolutely hilarious to see. You can tell who the fanboys of each game are, because every time I play them and I find out something perfectly, they absolutely flip out. And it doesn't matter what game it is. It could be Gears of War, it could be Dark Souls, it could be Dead Rising 2, it could be Deus Ex. It doesn't matter what.
This is 2 years before Let's Say You Don't Play would come out. But it's the same Cope. The same Cope happens now. I definitely didn't know that. That he had the same This Is How You Don't Play defense. People say I'm not playing the game perfectly, or how they think it should be played. All these idiots complaining. Sorry, I don't play it 100% perfectly, because I don't have a guide.
What game it is, you see these fanboys who are flipping out. You did absolutely perfectly, you're a moron. Okay? So anyway, the bottom line is this. Deus Ex Human Revolution is a game that you don't have to play a certain way.
Okay.
You may fail a lot of times if you're trying to play it a certain way and it doesn't go your way, but that doesn't mean that you can't play it that way and still succeed. So here's the
Okay, you got it. He doesn't say Dark Souls again in this video, but he's just comparing it to Dark Souls. October 24th, 2011 update. There's a change in plans here. He wants to make a video about here.
So I hope everyone's happy with my decision. If not, well, don't fucking watch.
He decided to change a game he was playing or whatever. It's not relevant to our video today, but he's going to say something about Dark Souls.
And I don't want to hear your bullshit about me not playing Dark Souls or something else. I want to play a game that I'm going to have a lot of fun with. I know I will with Arkham City. My favorite game of the year so far, and it might change over the next video.
What?
About me not playing Dark Souls or something else. I want to hear your bullshit. About me not playing Dark Souls or something else. I want to play a game that I'm going to have a lot of fun with. I know I will with Arkham City. My favorite game of the year so far,
And it might change over the next couple of weeks with some of the big blockbusters, AAA titles coming out. But right now, I am pumped to get.
Don't ask for Dark Souls, bitch, because it's not going to happen, even though I'm quitting whatever game I was just playing. I'm playing Arkham City. That game does let me just mash and be a badass and beat people, you know, more so than Dark Souls. So that's why he likes it. Here we go. We are almost done for the night. Kirby's Return to Dreamland co-op with John Rambo. This took place later that very same day that we just saw. They talk about Dark Souls somehow.
Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, that was good.
You're a fucking fireball.
Ah, shit. Oh,
Oh well, you know, trying to read the instructions.
This game's fucking suck.
Let's read the instructions before the last final boss fight here.
I never really want to team up with the entire playthrough. These guys are fucking idiots.
You guys are assholes. Why don't play Dark Souls? Should have played Dark Souls.
Dark Souls.
Should have just been playing Dark Souls the whole time.
Dark Souls.
And Ninja or fucking.
Not Dark Souls.
I'm gonna do Owl.
There you go.
You can fly and shoot at the same time.
Uh-huh.
Bombs.
You told these guys to look at Kirby because they didn't beat Dark Souls.
How could you play Kirby if you never beat Dark Souls?
You see how much he's bothered by people making fun of him for not beating Dark Souls? I mean, it is on his fucking mind, man.
You're moving on to games you haven't beaten. It's Dark Souls. Dark Souls is the initiation into gaming. If you don't beat it, you have no reason to play any other games.
Hilarious stuff here.
We are the Dragon Quadruplets. The Dragon Quadruplets.
Spyros.
We are the Spyro.
6 minutes later.
Got it.
Show that shit the other way.
What the fuck?
Double team moves. Dark Souls.
Dark Souls. Play Dark Souls. Subway. Eat fresh Subway.
Disaster.
Subway.
Everything ever is coming out. First on the moon. Prism. Destroy it. Destroy the shit.
Hilarious stuff here. Moving on. Sorry, guys. I had to move on from that one. It was too funny. This one next is a month later now. The Dark Souls mentions are going downhill.
Who likes a challenge, okay?
Uh-oh.
It really comes down to fun factor when you talk about these two games. Which game is more fun? And it's going to depend on what kind of a person you are. There are some people who like to say, okay, I'm home from work. I want to sit down on my couch for 3 hours and relax and just have a lot of fun. And, you know, that's it, okay?
Okay.
Those kind of people, you're going to like Modern Warfare 3. You're going to sit down, you're going to get into it.
Cool.
You're not going to put too much effort in. And eventually you're going to learn the game mechanics. You're going to get kill streaks. You're going to have fun. And that's the kind of game that this is.
Cool.
There's other people who say, you know what, I don't like easy stuff. I like stuff that's a little bit challenging. I like investing time into something and mastering something. And it gives me a feeling of accomplishment and enjoyment when I know that I tackle something that's difficult.
Yeah.
And if that is the case, that's the kind of person you are. Let's say you're the kind of person that really, really likes Dark Souls, which I can completely understand. That's a game with an insane learning curve, and you have to be dedicated and spend a lot of time on it to get good at it, but it's rewarding when you beat it. Well, Battlefield 3 is probably your kind of FPS game, because it's the kind of game that...
The Dark Souls of FPS games. Yeah, what is that gun on the left here? Does he pick it up? Oh, here he does. Yeah. Well, he shows this puppy off here. Okay, that's the Dark Souls of FPS. Here we go.
As I ran out of time, I might actually go over my 30-minute time limit this time around, because I'm talking about two different games, although I will try not to. Enough time to really... One, we're bringing out the big guns. Yeah! Spread it on!
I forget how much that one cost. That was a 400-ish, I believe. Let me know if anyone's in chat. Talby, I saw you here earlier. This was 400-ish, I think, for Project 7.
Lancer replica, but I just thought it would be cool to just like throw it in here since we were talking about two games with guns. But anyway, that really has nothing to do with
200 games with guns.
This is the Hateful Truth game.
It was used for about 30 seconds in Project 7, so it was worth the investment. Anyways, moving on. We're almost done here. We are now going into finally into 2012. That whole saga we just watched was all from 1 year. Actually, almost just 1 month, if you can believe it. All those talks about Dark Souls happened in 1 month. We have now moved on to 2012 March. Not sure how we're still talking about Dark Souls, but we are. Go ahead.
Yep, I only got like 5 more minutes, so let me get this.
Okay, please. Go ahead.
If you actually read the negative comments on the videos,
and
I wish people would kind of do this, and they would understand, is that everyone says, first of all,
no one asked for this game. That's completely false. There really was like just a non-agreement in what people wanted to see this week. Some people said Blades of Time, some people said Yakuza Dead Souls, some people said Silent Hill HD Collection, some people said Tales of Grace's F, some people said I want to see MLB. Some people still are fucking asking for Dark Souls. Let me tell you something. I'm not gonna fucking play Dark Souls, especially when I have all these new games that I never got to fucking play. I've like explained this several billion times.
He's never playing Dark Souls again. Forget about it, guys. In 2012, he's never playing it again, so fuck off.
And people still ask for Dark Souls. At this point, it just constitutes trolling because they know I'm not going to play it.
Yeah.
So you're wasting your time if you leave a comment for Dark Souls.
No, you're not.
Okay? But anyway.
Trust me, you aren't wasting your time at all. You can see how triggered he gets every time it's brought up. He makes 50-minute videos bitching about it.
Go completely off the rails. Phil, I want you to go back and do Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney's last case. Well, wait a minute. I've been saying for the past 5...
Anyways, he doesn't go back to Dark Souls here. I love how much the background has evolved over the years with epic game content. See, comment like that would make Philip buy more, you know? He sees that shit. Okay, moving on. This one's gonna be a shock to many people, I feel. Even the lore masters out there. Did you know there's a Dark Souls joke in Project 7? Well, yes, there is. This happened in April 15th of 2012. There is a Dark Souls joke in Project 7.
Finally, the plans of the Patriots are coming to fruition. Lollipop, lollipop, oh, lolly, lolly, lolly.
Cassius, report. Do you really have them?
Yes, Ocelot.
Wow, that fast? Damn, looks like it's gonna be a short 3-episode run. Oh well, more time for me to play Dark Souls. Cassius, hold them there and make sure they...
He thought it was worth a joke in Project 7 about how he could finally go back to Dark Souls. That's a good way to show the trolls you don't care about their comments, huh? Big ups, Nibbity, in the house here. Can we get a 3-peat of the original OG? Can we do it? Never happened before. Go!
Pussy bitch.
Oh, I thought it was it, but it was still a good finish. That's a satisfying one, though. No doubt. No doubt. Almost done. Let's go. We have a condo tour from 2012, June 25th. Here we go.
Series of games. Got the collector statue from the collector's edition of that. Behind these gentlemen, we've got the Dark Souls strategy guide that a fan gave me. If I ever want to play Dark Souls again. We've got...
He had the Dark Souls strategy guide a fan gave him. Now, I'm guessing that was given to him during New York Comic Con, is my guess. Why else would he get that? He didn't talk about it, though. At least Pig Go didn't pick up on that during his shit he got at Comic Con video. But I guess it would have happened there. It's my only guess of when he would have gotten the strategy guide. Fan wanted him to play Dark Souls so bad, he bought him the strategy guide for the game he said he wanted it for. More condo tour?
Toy Story Blu-ray trilogy, Soul Calibur 5 collector's edition box, Skyrim, a bunch of Blu-rays. Moving down, you see games, Dark Souls, Deus Ex, Final Fantasy X 13-2, Mass Effect 3. Moving down, all kinds of Blu-rays, the Mel Brooks collection, regular.
Look at these Blu-rays.
DVDs, games mixed in with all kinds of shit. We got Diablo 3, the X-Men trilogy.
Just wait till we get to the Blu-ray special here. Jesus Christ. 3 videos left. Here we go. This is Black Mesa from September of 2012.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. I shouldn't have said that, because I said that playing Dark Souls, and that was pretty much the end for me, so I will save.
Yep. This game has save states, so that's fine. 2 videos left. Week in preview, late 2012.
And between the fact that some games like those two are pretty good, some games like maybe Sonic All-Stars Racing are kind of eh, and then you got a game like Zombie U that in my opinion is horrible. Zombie U, in my opinion, is the next Dark Souls.
Have you ever heard of that comparison? Zombie U is the next Dark Souls. Now that's a gaming journalist take for you. Zombie U He's the next Dark Souls.
Zombie U that in my opinion is horrible. Zombie U, in my opinion, is the next Dark Souls. It's a game that requires repeated grinding. It's a game that doesn't hold your hand at all. It's a game that basically is extremely difficult just for the sake of being difficult so that you can say, oh, this is a challenging and accomplishing game. And that's stupid and boring. But I have to replay the same 5 to 10 minutes of gameplay 100 times over when the game just keeps respawning 10 zombies over and over and I'm supposed to kill them with a fucking cricket bat that takes 8 hits to kill each one. The game sucks, okay? In my opinion, the game sucks. I only did
Are you saying Dark Souls sucks too, or no? Because Dark Souls, he gave an 8 out of 10.
like 14 parts. I couldn't even stand to play it anymore. That game is like everyone said this, it's the Red Steel of the Wii U. Just like Red Steel was this game, oh, this is great, it's going to be a groundbreaking game for the Wii, the first game where you're going to use motion controls like this, and then everyone got it and the game sucked ass. I really feel that Zombie U is Red Steel. It had massive potential. Ubisoft didn't know what
Red Steel and Dark Souls then?
the fuck they were doing. They made a game that's just tedious, repetitive, and too fucking difficult for what it is, and it's a horrible game. I really feel that a lot of people are going to buy the Wii U as a Christmas present, you know, and get, oh, I want Zombie U. They're going to play it first day. They're going to say, fuck, this sucks. This is horrible. Now I have nothing to play on this system. I got this system for nothing.
He didn't play Demon Souls yet. His first game in the series was Dark Souls 1. We'll get there, though. We'll get there. This series is going to take a long time. This is going to be a multi-parter. Okay, that was the only Dark Souls, and this, finally, we have the first mention of Dark Souls 2, and that is where we will stop it. That's how we're going to end this series every time, unless there's too little content. We'll go to 2 maybe. But this is the first ever mention of Dark Souls 2 in December of 2012. Here we go.
Retail games on PS3 Journey was better. I don't think so. But I can understand why they did it. I think a lot of people, they're just so, oh, it's such an artsy game, it's beautiful, I cried during the ending, so it's the best game ever. Whatever. But anyway, I'm completely aware of everything, Dark Souls 2 and everything. Yes, I'm completely aware of everything that happened, because everyone sent me 5,000 messages, so it wasn't like, you know, I could avoid being spoiled. It was all over my Facebook and everything, so.
Yeah.
It is what it is. The VGAs, I don't know if we're ever going to be talking about it again, so I just wanted to get that out of the way. And then on Sunday, I released my very first...
There you go. So that will be the end of this one tonight. As you can hear, so much controversy, so much intrigue. Most of it just caused from DSP's ego not being able to handle some negative comments. But I do think this is an important piece of lore for the This Is How You Don't Play, let's say, phenomenon, right? Because you can see how we're building towards that. Because it started with just comments that he couldn't handle, and he was coping about them. And then we moved on to when, you know, Evil AJ made it into a real thing. He couldn't handle that either. And then it got even worse. So there we go. We are watching in real time the evolution of a lolcow here. You're all fucking legend for hanging out. I will see you tomorrow next for A Night With Atlas the Bookkeeper back in the house. We took off last week, but we're back tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. You're all legends. Don't fucking forget it. And you get the night outro, all right? You're all legends. Thanks for hanging out. See you next time. Bye.